insane people who
you
are
ain't even been an idiot. You fucking scallywag. Not into the back of it. You are a dimwit. And you don't even realize it, right? You don't even realize it. You're my little puppet. That's what you are. You're my little puppet.
Say, continue. Don't stop. I hope you don't stop. Let's continue.
I'm not going to stop. I'll do this all day until somebody moves me down.
This is giving me
what the fuck I was saying. Since El Nathan want to suck my dick. Like I said, most of the media. Most of the media.
Oh, yes.
Most of the media.
Yes, more.
You know that the media is
so
leading. Bingo, Topsy. Most of the media is leading. Sorry, break the news.
Oh my God, your voice is shaking. Are you okay?
Are you okay? It's cracking.
Oh my God.
I can't do the
Your
UK
voice is
fucking
shaking.
accent
Oh my
long,
God.
so it's gonna crack a little bit. Some more.
You need to drink water, you know. You need to drink water. But then you can continue
So
after.
back to what I was saying after I drank my water. Back to what I was saying.
Dumb bitch.
Yeah, your mother's a dumb bitch. Your mother wasn't good enough to be like me, right? Because I would have never allowed my son to rob a disemboweled body like your brother did. Your genes are out of whack. Your DNA
Is that the most intelligent thing you can
evil
come
in it,
up with?
actually. What
Oh
are
my
you
God.
talking about, nigga? You're the one talking to me about intellectuality. Nigga, you grew up watching people get killed in front of you. There's no way you're an intellectual. You were mentally fucked up then. There's no child that can watch people get killed in front of them like you bragged about and they claim that they're normal or an intellectual. Nigga, you are fucked up in the head. That's what you're talking about. Talk to me about motherfucking normality, nigga. What? You grew up in the slums of Nigeria. You grew up in the slums of Nigeria. You grew up in a worse ghetto than I could have ever grown up in. And I didn't even grow up in the ghetto.
Oh my
Stupid.
God. Yeah, carry on.
Tell everybody how your brother
Don't stop.
this is about Baldy.
Carry on. Yeah.
Talk about that in this script today.
Scream some more, you know.
Talking about,
know
nigga.
how stupid you are unless you keep
Yeah,
screaming.
you're stupid. You're stupid. And you're evil, naturally. Inherently evil.
Keep
You're
screaming. Yeah,
your DNA makes you evil. Louder. 10-year-old little boy thinks, oh yeah, this is my time to rob a disemboweled body. Your brother did at 10 years old. You want to talk about normalcy? You want to talk about normality? You want to talk about being normal? That's normal to you?
Louder.
Your brother robbing a disemboweled body at 10 years old. That's normal to you?
Louder. Please, louder.
Okay, louder.
Louder.
Your brother robbing a dead body at 10 years old is normal to you?
Louder.
Fuck is you talking about, nigga?
You need to use a big mic.
I had a better childhood than you.
Use a big mic.
I had a better childhood than you.
Yeah,
and that's all that matters. That
you're
determines you to be an adult, right? That determines what type of adult you're going to be. Depends all on your childhood. You grew up watching people get killed in front of you because you grew up in the slums of Nigeria. And your family and your father wasn't even man enough to stay in his little country and fight for his country and the betterment for his country. Instead, your father was a bitch and ran to the UK. And you know what? To the UK to go with the UK because now look at the UK.
Scream.
They don't even want out there either.
Scream.
I'm going to continue to talk my shit. What are you talking about? I am.
Not good enough.
I'm going to continue to talk my shit. So that's what I was saying, right? That's what I was saying. No man that has a childhood like that can convince me that they're smarter than me, or that they're more normal than me, or that they're not retarded in the head. No child that grows up watching people get killed in front of them and be a normal kid.
So intelligent.
That's not normal. How is that intellectual? You growing up in the slums of Nigeria and watching people get killed in front of you as a child.
Look at how intelligent you sound.
Is that intellectual? No, it's not.
Intelligent.
No, it's not.
I'm impressed.
Your father's a bitch. Your uncle's a bitch.
Oh my God.
They could stay in Nigeria and say, hey, stop this talk Your father's an escape artist. I feel bad.
Say some more. Say some more. You need to Google some more insights.
You're a bitch. You're a bitch. You're gay. That's probably the main reason why you left Nigeria. Because the Boko Haram niggas was like, nah, nigga. We ain't with the gay shit over here, nigga. They're like, nah, we gotta get our faggot son out of here. We gotta get our faggot son out of here. We gotta save our faggot son. And shout out to your parents for doing that, because me, I would have left you there. I would have gave you to her back.
You're losing steam.
Imagine having a gay son, y'all. That's my fucking worst nightmare.
Make it louder. I need you to
What you talking about, nigga?
Make it louder.
Imagine having a son and him growing up big like a woman.
We can't hear you. Make it louder. Make it louder. Make it louder.
My whole life I would think, where the fuck did I feel at that my son thinks it's okay to lay down like he's a woman?
Say something intelligent.
I would think I failed somewhere in that department.
Say one thing. One intelligent thing.
Clearly, your parents failed you in that department.
Just one.
Your father didn't raise you to be a man, because he wasn't a man, because he escaped his own country and went to be an immigrant in another country, because he's a bitch.
Just one.
He's a bitch.
Just one.
And I can't walk, you're a bitch now.
Just one.
Now I fully understand why you're a bitch.
Oh my God, you're panting. Are you okay? You know you
now
don't
I
have
understand
healthcare.
why you're a
ambulances here, you know.
Because your
You don't
father
have healthcare, you know.
Your father couldn't stay in Nigeria and fight for his fucking land. Your father
get healthcare.
because
So
he couldn't
be
take the fucking
careful.
heat.
I'm
Your
worried about
father
you.
left because he's a big fatty bitch.
Oh, are you done? Oh my God, please carry on, carry on. Carry on. Why did you stop? Carry on.
Shut up, bitch.
Carry on. Carry on. Oh my God, are you tired? Are you tired? Are you tired? Oh my God.
You new here, Nathan. You new here.
Oh my God,
I
are
was
you
stuck
tired?
all day.
Are you
I'm
tired?
Carry on, carry on. Stop it.
Carry on, carry
I'm
on.
gonna stop when I
don't
feel
want you
like
to stop.
stopping.
Yeah, I don't want you
So
to stop.
get no dirty
carry on,
Nigerian with a UK accent talking about stopping. Did you tell them motherfucking murderous monsters in your fucking Nigerian land stop? Or did you run away?
Amazing.
You ran away.
Amazing.
So don't tell me to stop. You didn't tell the niggas to stop killing your people in your tribe.
Carry on, carry on.
Did you? You tell them to stop or did you run? Did you run away?
No, carry on.
You ran away and fucking carry on. That's why I'm talking over you. That's why I'm talking over you. I have carry on. Mute up. Mute up. Mute up. Mute up.
Don't lose steam.
So what did you do? What did you do?
Carry on,
With those
carry on.
murderous fucking
Carry on, carry on, carry on.
that killed your...
Show the world how intelligent you are.
Did you tell them to
Very
stop?
high IQ.
No, you didn't tell them to
Very
stop.
high
You
IQ.
fucking ran.
Oh my God, look at you high IQ,
You think
Sherry.
that I'm gonna listen to you.
Wow.
You tell me to stop.
Wow.
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 Oh my God.
Apple
I'm so impressed
Full
with you.
apple sauce.
I'm so impressed.
About, nigga. You
I'm
brought
so
people get
impressed.
killed.
I'm so impressed.
You bragged
I'm
about it
so
in the
impressed.
You bragged
I'm
about
so
your brother
impressed.
robbing and disemboweled bodies on the
You're doing
phone.
well.
You talking about moral and intellectual, nigga?
You're doing well. You're doing well.
Stupid.
I applaud you.
Are you
Oh
fucking
my
dumb?
God. You're doing well. You're doing well. You're doing well. I'll just show when I want to teach my students how Americans like you are. I'll just play your voice. Thank you for the recording.
I got whatever the fuck
I
I
know
wanted out of my
students
parents.
how dumb some
That's
Americans
right.
are.
You can't relate.
So yeah, carry
You
on.
can't
Carry on.
relate.
Yeah.
And those
Yeah,
guys
carry on.
are
Scream,
parents, so you
scream.
probably don't even got a pot.
Great.
Which explains why you're gay.
Great.
Unless he, I mean, it won't make sense if he's gay too.
You're doing
He's the
great.
one that escaped out of fucking Nigeria instead of staying. But regardless of that,
You're doing great.
I have a better childhood than you.
Regardless, it's not a word.
That's all that matters to me, right?
You need
I
to
didn't
update
grow
your
up
vocabulary.
in the slums of
Irregardless, it's
Nigeria
not a word.
watching
It's not a
people
word.
get
Not a
fucking
word.
hacked to death with
Irregardless, it's
fucking
not a
full
word.
lives. I
It's
didn't
not a
see no
word.
one get decapitated.
Darling, irregardless, it's not a word.
Right? Because I'm in America.
Regardless, it's
America.
not a word.
Get up. Yeah, so nobody's going to tell me
Oh my
something about
God.
America when they're not American. Right? You
Oh,
get fucking
Same
childhood.
with me, you dumb bitch. Cool.
He said dumb bitch, moving down. Moving down.
Fucking
Called
dumb
me a
bitch.
bitch.
Yes, I can call you a bitch. Am I not gay again? Am I not gay
Get me
anymore?
out of here.
Am I not gay anymore? Fucking dumb bitch.
Oh shit,
Keep going,
never mind, it doesn't
keep
count.
going. I will be terribly disappointed. I will be disappointed if you stop. I will be disappointed if you stop. I will be disappointed if you stop. I will be very disappointed. I will be disappointed if you stop.
Right there.
Yeah. Carry on.
It didn't move you because you're
What
an
else?
actual homosexual.
Yeah.
So yo,
What else?
I posted because you're an actual dick taker. You're a dick lover. You're a dick muncher, a dick gobbler.
Alright. I posted 2 sources in the chat.
What did you talking about?
Yeah.
I posted 2 sources in the chat.
Why did you stop? Why did you stop?
Argue with me.
Carry on.
Yo, so
Got any disemboweled bodies to ride?
come on, guys.
There's not that much of that in the UK.
Come on, guys.
Anyway, Dominic,
It's
but
about
did you see the point I was making,
more
Dominic?
people like you.
Yeah, and it's lost on me because you guys
More
have been arguing for the last 5
No,
minutes.
this is just this dumb
More
bitch screaming. But like,
chance
but you get my
of
point, right?
disemboweled
About
body
the
industry.
distinction, right?
To be honest.
You get the point, Dominic, about the distinction.
Fuck is you talking about, bitch?
Alright, so can we get back?
That's for you to swallow up, nigga.
Alright.
Dominic,
Yeah,
get
for
out
those
the way.
who have the intellectual
Dominic, get out the way. I know you
capacity
want to defend your bucks on us, but mind your business.
Dominic, just say what you want to say. Like,
What are you talking about?
Well,
Dominic,
why are you off
just-
mute? Everybody else is muted besides me and El Nathan. Why are you off mute?
Why are you
Dominic, just ignore this unwell individual and say
Why
what
are
you
you
want to say.
off mute? Unwell is watching people die in front of you as a child.
Yeah, like this
That's
individual
unwell.
is
And that's what
this
you want to
individual is
do.
incapable, like
Nothing up to nigga.
incapable of.
If
You
I
know,
told
look at the low
my parents could have made a
IQ.
full course meal in the house. And I could have been like, yo, dog, I'm going to fucking McDonald's. And guess what I'm fucking McDonald's. I had a great childhood. What are you talking about?
McDonald's, wow, that's a great
Let's
childhood.
talk about our childhood.
Wow.
Our childhood.
Wow.
Let's talk about that. What kind of school did you go to? Did you even have a school in Nigeria?
Wow.
Probably
No,
not.
I didn't.
Probably not. All right.
We were under a tree, by the way. We're under a tree. We're under a tree.
Intellectual, but you didn't have a
We're under a
fucking
tree.
school. How many people
We're
did
under a
you
tree.
see that were disemboweled in
We
your
were
life?
under a tree.
I saw none.
Tree.
Because that's the last time you don't count of how many people you saw die in front of you as a child.
Look at how you're panting.
Right? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
You're stressed. Why are you stressed? You sound
I'm
really
happy you
stressed.
are. I'm having fun.
No, you're not. You're
Making
screaming.
fun of your childhood.
You're
That was
screaming
fucking
alone like a
correct.
mad person in your home or
Your
if you have a home, you
fucking
know.
childhood was horrible. You can't talk to me about being normal or being intellectual or being smart.
Bitch.
By default, you went through it.
Yeah,
That
carry on.
alters the fucking chemistry of your brain.
Yeah, that adds to
You
the
don't think
conversation
seeing dead bodies
greatly.
altered your brain,
Yes,
bro?
you're making a great
You don't
contribution to the
think seeing
conversation.
dead bodies and seeing
You are
murder
making
and
a great-
torture as a child
You're making a
altered your brain?
great
You don't think so?
contribution
You
to
don't
the
think so?
conversation.
You think because you
I'm
sound smart to
impressed.
some people that makes you
Oh my
smart?
God, I'm impressed.
And you could use
Contribution.
critical words
You
that
are
make you
making,
smart?
you are making
What are you talking about?
amazing
What are
contribution
you
to the
talking
conversation.
about? That doesn't make you
You're
smart. You
making
know what makes you
amazing
smart? Not
contribution.
being gay. That's what makes you
Yeah.
smart. Not
You
being
are making an
homosexual.
amazing contribution to the
You
conversation.
know what makes you smart?
Yeah, you are
Not
making
robbing
an
this
amazing
about bodies.
contribution.
That's
Well
what
done,
makes you
well
smart.
done.
Not
Yeah,
robbing
yes.
this
I
about
agree with
bodies.
you.
How the
Yes,
fuck
yes,
do you
you're
even go
correct.
up to a body
You're correct.
that
Yes.
inside and outside of it and think, you know what, this is a good idea, I'm gonna
Yes,
fucking
yes.
rob it at 10 years old?
Yes.
Nuts!
I like how I'm living rent-free in your life. I don't even know who you are.
Do you
But
understand? That's
I'm glad I live
insane.
rent-free in your
That's
mind.
fucking nuts! How the fuck you rob a dead, disemboweled body at 10 years old? What 10-year-old thinks? Oh yeah, like the average 10-year-old in America would run away. Would run away like terrified if they saw a disemboweled body in front of them. But you and your DNA and your motherfucking family, that's normal to y'all. But you want to talk about intellectual? What's intellectual about robbing disemboweled bodies? Nothing.
Anyway, well, I'll be back when my sensible people come back to the room and we have a conversation.
Brain, nigga. Brain is not normal, nigga. Your brain is probably triple for having so much trauma in your childhood.
Anyway, Dominic,
trauma in the childhood is what dictates who we are in the future.
You were saying.
That's why you're probably gay. The only reason you're gay is because you witnessed people get killed in front of you as a kid. That trauma then in turn turned you gay. And I'm sorry for that.
Why did you mute? Carry on. You shouldn't stop. I'm surprised. Don't you have more? Carry on.
You gay, dude.
Carry on.
Trauma turned you
You're
gay.
not done. Carry on.
Trauma turned you gay.
Have you finished
so
screaming?
Sorry for that. I
I'm sure. Is that all you have? Carry on. I need more.
That's my work.
I need
my
more.
goal as a parent
Good.
is to make sure
Every
that
time
my
you stop, I'll
children
reach
don't
out
walk
the
up
end.
this
Yeah,
child
I'll need for you to
right?
carry on.
That's one of my jobs as a parent. Is to make sure that my children don't ever see any disemboweled bodies. But if they happen to see one, if we happen to come across a disemboweled body, the first thing that I'll make sure to teach them is, hey, don't rob that disemboweled body. Don't go through the pockets of that man who has his insides on his outside, son. That's not a good idea. I'll probably put my kid into fucking therapy or something if he thought that was a good idea. And what your brother did, right?
Carry on. We're not done. Carry on. Is that all? Is that all?
Alongside you.
All right. I'll mute again.
How many dead bodies did you
see?
Thank you.
You
lost count. Can you give us like a number? Can you estimate a number? 30? 25? What?
What? Don't stop.
How many dead bodies did you see in Thailand? Now, Nathan,
I'm enjoying this. Carry on.
Now you can talk. I'm asking you a question.
No. Carry on. Well, I'm disappointed.
I don't
Is that
know.
all you have?
I'm not your brother. I didn't grow up with you. That's what I'm asking. How many dead bodies did you see growing up?
Yeah, carry on.
How many people did you see get decapitated growing up?
Carry on. You're entertaining us. Carry on.
Now you don't want to talk about it.
Carry on. No, carry on.
Now you don't want to talk about it.
Why
You don't want to talk
it's
about
dumb
that now.
people like you that
The
decided
last
to
time
do
you was
this.
there talking
We
about
were having a normal
bragging about me
conversation.
like that's something to brag
When an
about.
insane person
Like
entered.
that's
So we're
normal,
going to
right?
watch you
I'm
crash
just saying,
out.
but you saw dead bodies growing up. So, the irony of that. The irony of a nigga whose brother robbed disemboweled bodies talking about fucking insanity. What?
Have you taken a breather?
Who's in his
You
motherfucking
need to
home?
carry on. Yes. We need the entertainment. Carry on. Crash out. Carry on. I'll be disappointed if you stop.
You're crashing out right along with me.
I'm not. I'm just asking you to show your insanity.
You're like, carry on. Every 5 seconds, you're not crashing out with me, nigga.
Please don't stop. I'm
It's
enjoying
just a passive-aggressive crash out. It's the type of crash out where you're trying to make the other people.
I'm enjoying
But in reality,
Carol.
you really crashing out along with me because you've been off mute along with me the whole time. Might as well stay off mute. Stop trying to humble yourself now. What is you talking about? You probably fucked them dead bodies too. Knowing your family's probably
You should rest because you might not be able to afford that
you
ambulance
fucking
right
dead
now.
bodies and your brother's robbing them after.
Just rest and then carry on. But we're enjoying
You're
this.
fucking the dead bodies
Carry
and your
on,
brother's
carry on.
robbing them after. What type of sick shit is that? Talking about normalcy and insanity. Nigga, what?
Okay, so what were we talking about?
I'm way more normal than you. And I will always be. You know why? I didn't grow up in Nigeria.
Left wing. chocolate
I didn't
pussy.
grow up in Nigeria, so you know, I'm way more normal than you. That's all I can say. By default, it's not even a debate, right?
So wait, let me ask you a
Like if we
question.
put my childhood next to yours, and we put all the details within them, yeah, people would argue,
Dominic, I'm
this
listening to your question.
child right
I'm
here,
done with this.
this child right here got whatever she wanted as a
Okay, let's
kid,
hope
right?
he has the intellect to actually.
Right.
Question, because
They would look at my childhood and think, oh yeah, that's a normal kid right there. Maybe a little bit spoiled, which isn't beneficial to children, but that's better than waking up and seeing people get decapitated, right? In your neighborhood, right? Like if you saw one childhood McDonald's, the other childhood decapitations, which one you're gonna pick? Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
all right, so can I ask you a question real quick?
What childhood you gonna pick, Dominic?
I want to ask
McDonald's and play areas or decapitation? Which childhood? Be honest. Be honest, nigga. You wanna come up mute so bad, now you gotta answer the question.
But you've been
What
screaming for
childhood do you want?
You've been screaming
McDonald's, play,
You've been screaming for like 5 minutes.
decapitations, and death.
Alright.
Which childhood would you choose if you had a choice?
Okay, can I ask you a question for real?
I'm not, you can't ask me nothing. You know why? Because you're going to answer my question. What childhood would you choose? A childhood with freedom
Dumbass
to
question.
do whatever the fuck you want? Or a childhood where it insists of decapitations, fucking disemboweled bodies, and death? What childhood would you choose, Dominic? Would you choose? What childhood? Tim, anyone? You're gonna choose the childhood of decapitations and death?
Actually, I'll ask you a question. Can you re-ask it? Then I'll answer it. Go ahead.
Okay, you have two different childhoods, Dominic. One where you're spoiled and you can fucking, if you say you want McDonald's, that's what you're gonna get to eat for dinner, right? Your parents love you, they cherish you. And then the other fucking childhood is where you go outside and you witness decapitations in real life. You witness people dying in front of you, getting hacked to death, getting fucking burning tires put around their fucking necks. What childhood would you choose?
Option A.
That's right. Thank you very much. What? Second question and then I'm done. Second question, I promise I'm done.
Good.
What childhood would you argue was more normal?
Option A.
Okay, thank you very much, Dominic. Go.
I would choose. I would choose Burger King because it's American and I can choose not to go to McDonald's. I like Burger King better. But in the 90s, there was a Sega Genesis game called Decapitate where you were a mummy and you threw your head at your opponents to kill them. So I can see both sides. Anybody remember Decapitate?
Dude, do I look like I play video games?
So we were.
You didn't play Sega, Brad?
We were talking about something.
Dude, I remember Dominic here. Dominic.
Oh, you know how to come off the mic, right?
You played something.
Wow.
Sorry.
I just said Pac-Man. And that the
Y'all gotta explain Pac-Man to El Nathan, you know, because he had a different childhood than us. Explain what that is. I guarantee you don't know what Pac-Man is.
Shasha, you're a dumb, inconsequential bitch. No one knows who you are in the world. No one will ever know who you are. You know, like this is the maximum relevance you will have in the world. Screaming on Clubhouse. No one will ever know who
You had a
you are.
hard childhood.
You know? You are an inconsequential
You
dumb
had a
bitch,
hard
and you just showed the
childhood,
whole
and
audience.
I apologize for bringing it up. But like you want to be a
I like
smart ass and a smart aleck and insult me and think
It's
that
not a
it's just
smart ass. I
to
talk
the
to
side.
people who are not
You
saying,
opened this
you know.
door. You opened the door. And you're mad because the
Please
nigga
carry
opened
on,
the
carry
door.
on. Crash out again, crash out again.
You
Crash
opened
out
the door. All
I
this
see
stuff
what I
was
touched.
next
I
up
touched
the
the
model.
nerve.
And you've been
You're
trying to
bleeding.
insinuate that I'm not an intellectual. You just started to insinuate that I'm dumb. So now we're here. Now I'm
Man, Mary, don't send me a message request.
Oh well, why are you crying about it? That's fine, nigga. Fight back. Fight back or shut up, nigga. And don't try to insult me next time. We could have had a regular conversation about why I said tomato and tomato, right? But instead, you want to do what you usually do, which is be a passive-aggressive cunt. So this is what you get out of being a passive-aggressive cunt.
Look at how you're
You're welcome.
Oh my God, look at how you're panting.
You keep screaming and panting, nigga. I'm still talking. What are you talking about?
You're unhealthy, Shy. You are.
Then I would
You
have
should see
talking,
a
right?
doctor.
Fucking catch my ass, nigga. I don't understand why you think you can out-woman me. You're gay and you take dick like I do, but you can't out-woman me. You can't out-talk me, and you can't
No, I'm
out-talk
not trying to. You're dumb.
You're trying.
Why would I try to do that?
Why? So then mute up.
You're dumb. Like
Mute
you're
up.
the one
Mute up.
you know?
You're trying to out-sass me and out-talk me, and it's never gonna happen, nigga.
No, but
I'm
why
gonna just
would I
make
want
fun
to
of
do
your
that?
childhood until you get tired of me.
That's like playing with a pig in the gutter.
You don't know what pigs look like, nigga. They have pigs in Nigeria, nigga. They had dirt pies and fucking elephant shit, nigga. Elephant shit and dirt pies, nigga. That's what they had. They had mosquito burgers and dirt pies, nigga. There's no cuisine in Nigeria, nigga. There's no cuisine at all in Nigeria. I don't know why.
It's a beautiful place for bodegas.
At least we got a bodega in America. That's how good America is. What about in Nigeria, nigga? They don't even got ground beef in Nigeria.
Bodegas. We love you so much. I'm so happy.
Concrete, I know you gotta defend
Can you
your
leave
gay.
El Nathan alone, please?
You gotta defend
I don't know
your gay
what's
cause.
going on. I don't know what's going on.
With me. No,
I know that nigga. That nigga don't never start with nobody. That nigga don't never start with nobody.
Concrete.
Yeah.
Unless dumb
Oh
people
well,
come off
you
their
know
back.
what?
This is the only
Concrete, I
time.
got a question. Genuine question. Genuine. Where's Concrete? Oh.
Yeah.
Shasha is not done. She's
No.
emotional.
Genuine question, Concrete. Genuine question. You have
No,
two
this is
childhoods.
not emotional.
No, this is not. That's why he's gonna talk
Impair your
that. He's gonna talk
intelligence.
that because you don't want me to ask
You're right.
him, right?
Emotions
So
do
you
impair your
have two
intelligence.
different fucking childhoods,
Like that she
Concrete.
had any intelligence.
Try to pay attention, Concrete. Just pay attention to my words, baby.
She's a
You
beautiful
got two
person.
different fucking
She just does witchcraft.
One,
And she's
where your
under a lot of
parents
stress.
give you whatever you
She
want.
doesn't want to.
Your parents give you, and then you have another childhood where you live in conversations.
Stress impairs your emotions. Your emotions impair your intelligence. And your
It's too early. It's too early for
Still I got a question.
Sue her with those
Still I got a question.
white boys. Go ahead, Silver.
I got a question.
See how she calmed down? Y'all see that shit?
I have a question.
White power.
Why are you guys ganging up on her? Why is it like two guys?
Ain't nobody getting up on her. Ain't nobody getting up on her.
Because they can't help themselves. They're not
We
acting
calm
up.
down.
They feel bad. So they gotta
I was singing.
right?
I was singing. And still got that calm down.
which one of you bitch ass N-words do me?
Anyway, are you ready to answer my question? Concrete.
You have a personality.
Stilgar. Anyone, I don't give a fuck. So Stilgar. Stilgar, question.
Yes, ma'am.
You have two
Yes, ma'am.
different childhoods to pick from, okay? One childhood where you're spoiled, you get whatever you want from your parents, you live in a house, you get food, shelter, whatever, right? That's one
I
childhood.
do like
Then
food.
you have another
I
childhood.
do like food.
You have another childhood where you receive dirt pies for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you also witness decapitations in real life, death in real life as a child. Which childhood would you choose?
The decapitations makes this a little easier. I guess I'm gonna go with the food and shelter. I think I'm gonna pick the food and shelter.
Okay.
Hold on, give us some more time to think about it.
If you saw two different children with those two, lifestyles and childhoods or whatever,
Let me
who
say
would you
this.
argue is the more normal one? More than likely to be the more normal one, more of a normie.
There's some merit in suffering. If you suffer early in life, it tends to make you better later in life, I would say.
Or it tend to make you gay.
Well, I mean, $20 is $20, but
Yo, this nigga's
he's at $20.
Alright, so I never never had decapitations, okay? But as a young man, I did go without food for a period of time. It was not uncommon to wake up without heat. Lots of things in the house were broken. And I think that made me more equipped.
Yeah.
I think that made me more equipped, and I think that made me more resilient and more appreciative of the things I do.
So everybody knows
Resiliency.
that everybody, and this is the funny part, right?
I had my childhood best
Childhood trauma when it's beneficial to y'all,
He had a
right?
dirt bike
But the
best
reality
friend,
is,
and I wish it was
Nathan
$30.
went through the worst childhood trauma that we could ever imagine, right? That's the reality, right? Now, Nathan went through the worst childhood possible in this room. But he's trying to talk to me about being insane or being normal. I'm sorry, but if I was a child and I grew up watching people get decapitated in front of me, and if I grew up watching my little brother at 10 years old rob disemboweled bodies, I would argue I'm not normal. And that's okay. That's okay. Most people, you can argue, aren't normal, right? But a nigga, right, who grew up with that type of childhood cannot insult me about being insane. By default, your brain is altered from the trauma that you experienced as a child, Nathan. That's the reality. Your brain probably doesn't even look like a normal brain. If somebody was to like fucking cut your brain out of your fucking head right now, it's probably shriveled and shit from the trauma that you had to witness during your childhood.
Nathan, are you from the fucking Congo or something, bro? What's going on here?
This nigga grew up in Nigeria.
Is Nigeria scary? I thought Nigeria was like...
Then people wonder why I say don't let these people into our country, because look at what they grew up seeing.
I would venture...
Look at what they grew up with.
I thought Nigeria was like a chill place where everybody was Christian and spoke English. I would venture that the Bronx in the 90s...
I've never seen nobody get killed in front of me.
I think the Bronx
Ever. And I believe in the Bronx.
is way more scary in Nigeria at the height of a tribal war.
This is how much concrete wants us in a way. He's willing to say right now out of his mouth that the Bronx
is turned up, bro.
Nigeria. Yeah, I never witnessed any death bodies during my childhood. I never witnessed decapitations during my childhood. But Concrete, being the distant faggot that he is, because he has to defend his little boyfriend, he has to say, he actually disagree with me, right? I could be like, yo, pedophilia is wrong, and somehow, someway, Concrete's gonna figure out why it's right.
Nobody's fucking...
Somehow, someway, he's gonna figure out why it's right, because I'm the one saying that it's wrong. So everybody here knows, right? If they had the choice between those two childhoods, everybody would choose the childhood in which you have food, adequate shelter, spoiledness, love. Like, everybody would choose that childhood over the childhood where it is decapitations and death.
Do I need to sing the lyrics to All That I Got Is
Hardly
You?
any
My
food.
Ghostface
The
Killer?
only food you probably got is
All
rice.
that I
That's the only
got
thing you got.
is you.
It's the only thing you
And
got.
I'm so glad that I'm thankful.
But it's because it's not shy saying it, right? That people want to disagree, and that's okay. It's fine. I expect nothing less. But let's be honest here.
Sasha, why do you feel so
that insists?
unappreciated? Why do you feel so unappreciated, Sasha?
Nobody wants a childhood.
Why do you feel so unappreciated?
Death and gore.
Can we just deal with that?
Nobody wants that.
Why do you feel like we don't listen to you,
Everybody
Sasha?
would want the childhood in which I had versus.
How do we make you feel heard, Sasha? How do we make
I
you
don't
feel
care
heard?
about nothing you talking about concrete. I really
How do we
don't.
stop you from spiraling out of control?
I'm gonna continue to say what the fuck I'm saying and say that El Nathan is not normal by
This is
default.
not productive. This is
I
be true?
You're not normal either.
Does that mean that I didn't do the work, Shasha?
Yeah, I think
Does that mean I didn't do the work?
But that explains why you act the way you act, right? At least I can argue that my childhood isn't the reason why I act the way I act now, right? But you grew up with divorced parents. How did that feel, Concrete?
It's tough. It's not easy.
Did you go to the bodega?
I couldn't imagine.
Were you drinking black
I
and
couldn't imagine.
We all have our struggles, Shasha.
My parents
We all
were
have our
30+
struggles.
years.
Congratulations.
We
all have our struggles.
Yeah.
Now, what about doing the work today? Can we talk about doing the work today?
Hang on.
Can we talk about doing the work today?
Hold on.
Did you ever feel like it was your fault, Concrete?
Let's take a brief pause. Shy, please wipe the spit from the screen of your
That means they
phone.
raised you well, right?
You want to? What about doing the work,
Have they ever
Shasha?
taught you not to rob disemboweled bodies, Concrete?
What about doing the work, Shasha?
Did they even teach you
What about
to not
today?
rob disemboweled bodies?
We can talk about yesterday, but what about today?
Did they teach
What
you
about
that?
today? Can we talk about today?
Did they teach you not to rob disemboweled
I want
bodies?
to talk about today.
Shy, you know there's spit splatters all over your phone. Take a breather.
There's not at all. Matter of fact, let me take some.
Your screen has all those little tiny dots on it. Trust me, I know. I've been there. I've been there. It's okay.
You want to suck dick along with El Nathan?
No. Dick is not my interest right now.
Shut up, man. Stop jumping in. Chill out.
I'm not talking about
Cogito,
you
Joe.
here.
Cogito, you're not helping her. You know that, right?
I'm not helping her.
Putting a battery in her back doesn't help her.
Has her
No. We all have a better community. Cogito got to do a better community. Yeah, he doesn't know how community works.
People talking.
Y'all always
We
jumping
are a
on.
community. We are a community. Fucking
El
feeding
Nathan,
bandit.
you grew up with disemboweled bodies.
You're already arguing with the emotional. Don't try to.
Walked out the door with two left
You don't have to.
Shut your
I'm
fat
sorry.
ass
Sorry, you still got. Say it again.
You're already arguing with the emotional. Don't try to reason with the dumb. Then you're just gonna overwork yourself.
Why you trying to reason with her?
Oh my God, this is hilarious.
Yo, Huey, was there a topic or
The topic is El Nathan's childhood. That's the topic. El Nathan.
Huey, are you there?
I mean, we didn't
What
have a topic.
the fuck you asking me for? Yubi's not there. I'm telling you the topic.
Go ahead. You have
The topic is how El Nathan's little.
When
I'll
last
tell you the topic. The topic is how El Nathan tried to lie to Americans in this room and say that most of the media is not left-leaning. Okay? So I came up the mic and I said tomato. He was trying to differentiate between left and liberal, which we all know there's a difference, but the reality is the media is left-leaning. We all know this. This is not even a debate anymore. Like, this could have been a debate in 2016, maybe, but we're in 2025. We all know that most of the media is left-leaning. That's the reality, right? So because I said tomato, El Nathan decides to come off mic and decides to insult me. So now we're here. Now we're not going to have an intellectual conversation about how most of the media is left-leaning. Now I'm just going to act belligerent and act like a fool and make fun of El Nathan and his childhood. Because within his childhood, he witnessed a bunch of dead people. So yeah,
is it possible?
that's where we're
Is
at.
it possible that we can get back to the conversation?
Question. Do we all agree, or some people disagree, that majority of the media in the United States is left-leaning?
Disagree. Hard disagree.
Majority, over 50%.
Yeah, I think I agree.
When I say most, I'm going to say over 50%. Does anybody agree with that?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with
El
that.
Nathan disagreed.
Disagree.
Okay, Dominic, you said you disagree with that?
Yes, sir.
51%?
Oh, so yeah, shut the yo.
Bro, you can't call Dominic an idiot while Cogito's sitting right here. Come on. There's levels to this shit.
Or is it not? Is the majority of media left-leaning or not?
Don't let me see your cat, nigga. Let's do this. Don't let me see your cat, nigga. I'm gonna kick the hell out. Let's establish what you consider as left-leaning, because I asked, like, do you think Hillary Clinton?
Oh, here we go.
How about this? Dominic, do you mind if I put it in ChatGPT? What percentage of
You know, I already get back
Nice plug, Huey.
having a civilized conversation.
In fairness,
Shasha got her one up. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Shasha got
Oh,
her.
you're talking in the normal volume again.
Shasha got her her 1v1 with El Nate. Think it's time. Then we move on. So if we're going to talk about what percentage of the media is considered left leaning, first we got to break down, right, how we categorize these media outlets, right? First, percentage. So according to ChatGPT, when we talk about the media, we have the mainstream and legacy outlets, which are CNN, ABC, NBC, CBS, the New York Times, and the Washington Post. Then it goes to the right-leaning outlets, which are Fox News, the Daily Wire, Newsmax, and the New York Post. We have the left-leaning and progressive outlets, which is MSNBC, HuffPost, Mother Jones, The Nation. Then you have your neutral voices, which is Associated Press, aka AP, and Bloomberg. And then you have your independent and online media like Substack, newsletters, YouTube channels, podcasts, and etc. So we want to say what percentage is left-leaning, right?
I think we're definitely talking about mainstream.
So we're
Now we're gonna go mainstream.
Hold on. So we're gonna fizzle it down. Do we only want to talk about the mainstream and legacy outlets?
Yes.
I'm willing to say all of it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to say that game because I would say that even the alternative media, like Twitch, like I'll give you an example. So Twitch, Kick, all of these other outlets or platforms are also pretty left leaning, right? Like they've also had their contributions.
Those are news. That's not media.
False.
That counts as media. That's how we get the information disseminated.
Yeah, that's media. Huey's right. It is media. It exposes people's political opinion.
Remember, Rumble was born out of the era to that Kick and Twitch.
Like, that don't make no sense.
Rumble was mainly for YouTube censorship. In response to YouTube censorship.
And I'm the only one to say something. Now I gotta say most of the media isn't left.
Yo, what the fuck, bro? Are you not fucking done with your tirades?
Listen, I don't know about the rest of the room. I'm willing to say, let's just do all of it. Let's not even segment. Let's do all of it.
The only issue is when you get into the Substack stuff, now you're getting into minutia. I think it should be anything over, 10,000 views maybe.
Mainstream. So,
Wait,
if I may,
Facebook, even the game with Facebook. Don't forget what Mark Zuckerberg admitted to Joe Rogan about how he felt pressure to go to that. I feel like it's...
Can we start somewhere small? Can we start somewhere small? Let's just please the man, and we'll build through the...
Yes, but look.
Okay, but then is Daily Wire mainstream? Can somebody tell me when Daily Wire...
Never been mainstream.
Can I just read? I'm going to read it again, and then I'm going to give what ChatGPT says, right? Read it again. So, it says, hold on, where is it? Okay, so I put in ChatGPT, is the majority of the media left-leaning? That was my prompt. It says, that's one of the most debated questions in U.S. politics, and the answer depends on how you define left-leaning and which part of the media you are talking about. Let's break it down objectively. What the media actually means. It says when people say the media, they're lumping together very different groups. So you have the mainstream and legacy outlets, the CNN, ABC, NBC, CBS, the New York Times, the Washington Post, right? Then you have your right-leaning outlets. You have Fox News, the Daily Wire, Newsmax, the New York Post. Then you have your left-leaning progressive outlets, MSNBC, HuffPost, Mother Jones, The Nation. You have your neutral or wire services, Associated Press, aka AP, Reuters, Bloomberg, independent online media, Substack, newsletters, YouTube channels, and podcasts. Now, this is what the data shows, okay? According to the Pew Research Center, 36% of Americans see most national news outlets as left-leaning. I'm gonna repeat that again, just you guys understand what I'm saying. 36% of Americans see most national news outlets as left-leaning, 21% as right-leaning, and 41% as mixed. That is a public survey from the Pew Research 2023. Now, when it comes to another all sides media bias chart, rates outlets individually. So they talk about CNN being one thing, it being one thing, and New York Times being one thing. They will consider those left. You have your AP and Reuters are center, your Fox and Daily Wires lean right. Okay. Now, when it comes down to what the data indicates, I'll land here. As I said, what percentage of the mainstream outlets are left leaning? ChatGPT says there isn't clear, widely accepted figure state X percent of mainstream U.S. news outlets are leaning because the definitional issues and the measure challenges. Here's a breakdown of what the research does say and the caveats that prevent a clean percentage. All right, according to the UCLA, 30 major outlets and found that 18 of the 20 scored of the center in their ideological bias measure. A Columbia University study, a measure of the media bias, found that all but 2 of the major outlets they examined, which included outlets like Fox News and the Washington Times, lean liberal in their measured citations and policy think tank references. All right, and this is I'll land here, right? It says, given the UCLA result 18 out of 20, and other studies show the majority of mainstream outlets skew a left reasonable ballpark, is that well over 50% of major mainstream national news outlets lean left in content or editorial orientation, but that's a rough estimate, definitive figure. I will highlight, and I'm going to mute up, this is of what Americans say, right? This is the American belief system, not necessarily what the media is reporting. It's what the Americans are saying. Thank you.
I would just like to note that ChatGPT basically had our entire conversation for us, and that's scary as fuck. There's really nothing to say.
This is a stupid endeavor. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit disappointed that like we're even debating this. Like it's very clearly the case. Mark Zuckerberg spoke to it. Who was the Twitter guy? Jack Dorsey? Is it Dorsey, right?
Dorsey, yeah.
Yeah. Even Jack Dorsey spoke.
But it's not that anymore, right?
But that was
not anymore. You're right. Not anymore. Let me just point out that
So you can't use those two anymore.
No, what I'm saying is, Tim, Rumble came out of like pushback from YouTube, Kick, and Twitch, and all of these other platforms because they were so. This is some Brzezinski era, if you remember. The right for a very long time had to start trying to dominate alternative media platforms. This is why, for example, Trump's strategy during elections was to go for the alternative media platforms, right? To go to the podcast route, because he knew he wasn't going to have a fair shake in the.
Right, but there's so many.
No, I understand, but the point is, I'm just so confused. Like, how did we get here where we're even debating this?
Well, that's what I was trying to say. I told you how we got here.
Because I'm saying it's changed.
I told y'all how we got here. We got here because El Nathan was the one who first claimed in this room that most of American media is not left-leaning. I said tomato.
That is not what I said. Like, can you keep my name out of your dumb mouth? Can you keep my name out of your dumb mouth for a second?
Like I said, we got here because Nathan claimed that most of the media is not left-leaning. And I said it is left-leaning. And he decided to call me a dumbass and a dumb bitch and shut the fuck up and all that, right? So that's how we got here. That's how we got here. All right, y'all, come on. We gotta move. Come on, y'all. Stop, please. We were having a conversation about the CBS Pentagon and whether or not they are the right, if it goes against its conservative views about censorship, or if it's consistent with right and left-leaning ideologies. That's what we kind of like we're getting at, right? I stated an article about how how the Pentagon, or the government rather, is now you have to have access to be signed off before you release any sort of media in regards to the Pentagon. Media outlets refused to sign it, and as a result, they left the building that they are hubbed in when reporting from the Pentagon. And so the question was, is this contradictory to, because I see people from the right saying, well, that's a good thing. We do need to monitor, micromanage whether or not these media outlets get to talk about classified and unclassified things. Does that go against their limited government ideology? Or is it the other way around, where it's like, oh, well, this is going to now increase suspicion and skepticism, because now this is the lack of transparency is what's going to be the forefront after, this happened. So that's kind of what the conversation was about. Is this a interference in from the government? And should this be something that we should fight against, because it could lead to censorship or, other freedom of speech being limited? That was the main conversation. But then it got into semantics. I don't remember hearing a conversation between Shasha and El Nathan. I just remember coming back to my phone and hearing them two, going back and forth with each other. But yeah, so that's kind of like where the conversation should be going towards. But if Nathan insulted Shai, I mean, it's up at that point.
Which is
Oh my gosh. No, you cannot say that if you don't hear what I said.
Which is exactly what happened, right?
Shai, can you shut the fuck up?
He was talking.
Anyway, when this insane dumb bitch finishes, I will say what my point was.
He was talking, and he was telling the room how, the media is not really left-leaning.
Yo,
Anyway, my point was,
I'm pretty sure.
Right? So, Nathan's claim was that the media is not mainly left-leaning. And to that, and then he said, there's a difference between liberal and left-leaning. So then I said, fish sauce, applesauce, I said tomato. And when he decides to say, I'm not going to go back to a non-intellectual, if you don't have the intellectual capacity to argue this, then I don't know what to tell you. What is insulting my intelligence? In which I'm not going to have an intellectual conversation. It's going to insult my intelligence, right? It wouldn't make any sense to try to intellectually talk to someone who insulted me. So that's why we got to where we were at. So that's why we got to where we were at.
Let me ask a clarifying.
So the reality, real quick though, the reality is I was right and he was wrong. Most of the media is left-leaning, and that's okay.
So real quick, in his submission, right?
Don't say in here. You can ask me. I'm here. I can speak for myself. What's in
sorry,
submission?
Nathan. When she said tomato, was that before, during, or after?
I don't want to go back to this insane person. I want to move forward with the conversation, right? If the moderator will,
he's not going to be honest and say that he insulted me first. Now he's not going to be honest, right?
I'll give a quick recap.
Tell them exactly what you said when I said tomato.
Hold on. Dominic was disagreeing and saying that the media isn't left-leaning. There was a small debate that happened. El Nathan came up and pointed out that he finds that there's a problem in America in general, that we define left. Well, not we. What am I saying? We. But America defines left wrong because there's a distinction between left and liberal. He went on to make that particular point, and then as he was making that point, Shai said tomato. And then El Nathan said, can you please stop cutting me off? Thank you. And then he proceeded to talk. And then Shai said tomato again. And then El Nathan said, please, shut up and finish. And then that's how we essentially got here.
That's how we got here.
Thank you, Julie. At least one sensible person.
If you're not intellectual enough to go back and forth and have the conversation, then don't.
Anyway, I'm glad that I'm not the only one that's
Did he not say that?
I'm
Did
glad
he
that
not
you're
say that?
It's clear that
So then, when I said tomato, was that not his response? His first response was, they cut me off.
They must be moderators.
And then his second response was, if you're not intellectual enough, if you're not smart enough to have this conversation, then don't chime in. That's what the fuck he said. What's his insult? What's his insult? Me saying tomato is not an insult, right? Me saying tomato to the idea that left and liberal are two different things is not an insult.
conversation,
these
or let us still crash out?
along with you, nigga. Faggot ass Matt and now faggot ass Huey want to lie for you. For what? I don't.
Oh, so you're the only sane person. They're all lying. Wow.
I don't understand. What's the struggle with everybody else that was in the room? Like, yo, I thought El Nathan was like really Nathan, bro. I'm sure.
I think in the spirit of moving the conversation forward, I think it's
anyway, let me just quickly say what my point was, right?
Really quick, I'll be quick and I'll pass it
All right, and then I'll say what I'll say.
Yeah, I'll pass it off. I do think it's important to delineate between like left media and more liberalized media, more liberal media, which is like more whether like
exactly that was my entire point.
Yeah, I think it's important to delineate, but even still, I'm not sure. I wouldn't be sure if most media sources are left, like actually truly left leaning, and then especially when we talk about mainstream media, like if we're talking about like the Hasanabis, the fucking like streamers, and like the actual like pundits, like the Mehdi Hassans, there are like more lefty like pundits in like I'd say not legacy media, but what would that be called? I guess
new media, independent,
alternative media. I guess.
Yeah. They're even alternative. They're like new media. They're
like Jacobin, for example.
Right,
like
I don't know what
Jacobin.
to call it, but I feel like we see more leftists, like true leftists.
I don't understand.
Yeah, no, you're right, Louis. So it's like Jacobin, for example. Like moderators, are you gonna keep letting this person interrupt me?
like yes, they are. Yeah.
People are having a normal conversation. Can somebody moderate this person, please?
Would you Rachel Maddow a little bit left, or you still consider her liberal?
A little bit like I would say that. Yeah.
I feel like Rachel Maddow might be a better example of more of a leftist who's in mainstream media.
Every time I'm talking, why do you try to butt in, bad butt? Like,
what's going on with her?
What's going on with you, bad body?
He was talking. You interrupted him.
I don't give a fuck. What does that have to do with you, bad body?
I'm not. Why are you so deranged today?
You always gotta insert yourself every time.
You're
a weird bitch.
Nathan, look, see.
So you see, I'm not the only one.
Nani, you need to worry about exfoliating. I'm not even gonna lie. The texture of your skin gets me mad. I'm not gonna lie to you, bitch. The texture of your skin gets me mad.
Nathan, every time someone
for me to be mad at us right now, looking at the PR, looking at the texture of your skin. I'm not even gonna lie, bitch. You got bad skin. You have horrible skin.
Nani, just let her crash out, and then
fucking Nathan has better skin than you, and he grew up with fucking monsters and ghouls. Is he talking?
Anyway, like we were saying, right? So
one of his jaw, and he got better skin than you. Explain it.
On the
Explain
issue
it.
of
Explain how this faggot has better skin than a woman.
I will say that when I gave the ChatGPT response, which by the way, Nick for data and data, there's no such thing as the data. They don't have data for it, and I explain why, right? But it's the Americans and their perception of how they view the media. And most Americans view the media as left-leaning. That doesn't take away from the fact of what the intent or the political ideologies that each mainstream media outlet views it. And so I think that's where the nuance comes in at, right? And I think that's where the disconnect came in at.
I don't think most Americans can differentiate the difference between leftists and liberals.
That don't matter. That's irrelevant.
I think it does when you're saying most Americans think what they're seeing is leftist ideology.
The data, though. It's the data. I'm not, whether or not they can understand or interpret what it is, who cares? Like,
I think that's important.
So Carolyn, I think. Carolyn, I think I will say that why it's important is because, again, I think the conversation, at least the part that I was interested in, right, was where we were talking about, I think Dominic said something about, and this is where I first disagreed with Dominic, about facts leaning left. And I said, actually, there are bad journalists on both sides, right? Whether you're left or you're right. And then I added that, oh my God,
it doesn't make any
this
sense.
insane person again.
It doesn't make any sense.
Karen,
This nigga did not have a normal childhood. I wouldn't take anything he said seriously. His brain is altered.
Do you want a normal conversation or not?
That's not what happened, because when it comes to other people who crash out,
No, I will not moderate.
So she's making excuses for Shasha
Oh,
for killing the consul. So you're ruining.
Yeah, well, that means you don't want the conversation to happen. Because I
No,
could do
the
the same
conversation
thing.
can't happen.
I could do the same thing, and then when somebody talks, I crash out. But like, I want to be normal, but one person wants to be insane.
You want to be normal, but you're not normal, no matter how much you try.
Then,
two other moderators.
but you see, I'm not.
You rob this about bodies as kids. You're not normal, Nathan. You're not normal. It doesn't matter how much you try to be normal, bro. It doesn't matter how much you try to be normal. What's the range is robbing a dead body at 10 years old. That's the range. What's the range is robbing. I've never done that at 10. I wouldn't do that now.
All right, point of moderation. This is for the sake of the room. Put a poll at the top. I'm gonna need the majority of the stage, actually everybody on stage, to vote, and I guess people in the audience too. If you want this moderated, this is your chance to have a say. If not, I guess we'll just continue as it's currently going.
You add one more to that. Music.
No.
That's not an option. That's not an option.
We already got 11 votes. No. Now it's 15.
Close.
Brad is a wild boy.
Yo, Brad, question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the conversation. Go ahead. Like this.
Sorry, I didn't hear you, Shy.
No, it's okay if you don't remember, Brad.
No, I just didn't hear you. What did you ask? I heard a question, and then my phone cut up.
Who insulted who first, me or Earl Nathan? Before
Should be
that whole...
it was Nathan that came up and threw the
How so?
Passive aggressive.
Yeah, he did.
It's not an insult.
Well, he
Shut up, man!
He demeaned her articulation and her point. So I don't care how he does it. He did lob the first shot.
Okay,
Wow, in the history of El Nathan, I've never seen El
No, but here's the thing.
You weren't here, concrete. You weren't here. I'm gonna ask the people that were here already. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, look how you're desperately looking for support.
Thank you. You're desperately looking for your eyes. You're desperately looking for balls in your mouth.
All right, so the poll says, yes, let's please move on. So let's move on. But if y'all expecting me to moderate Shasha, that's not going to happen. There's Huey, there's Louie. Louie and Huey, if y'all want to moderate Shasha, go ahead.
Wait, didn't you insult me for saying just that? Before?
No, now I'm going to stand on it. I'm going to stand on it. So y'all do it.
Say no more.
Louie and Huey.
Since that's the narrative, now I'm going with the narrative.
No, you've been going with the narrative.
That's fine, Louie.
Yo, Marcus is wild. Lord Nas is wild. Tim is wild.
Wait, I've got a question on this face to say.
Like whether the media is actually left or that it's perceived as left. Because I think that perception of being left was started by Donald Trump, that whole like fake news, that this is the left media telling you all of these things. And it's like the rest of us are like, well, that's not really left media. They're sort of centrist and conservative. They're not really that left. I mean, they're very, very liberal. And they care about their advertisement dollars. And that's what's most essential to them.
For this one, we can go back to Bush. We can go back to Obama.
What media is centrist? What mainstream media is centrist?
There's not.
CNN. I don't think that they at all.
PBS is definitely in the middle.
No,
Are
it's
you
not.
fucking
Are you out of your mind?
Are you
So, okay, so how does
So
let's do this.
houses that hire people from both sides of the aisle. They select pundits from both sides of the aisle.
So how do we adjudicate whether or not PBS is in the middle? How do we adjudicate? Huh? Anybody?
by getting your mom to stop
It's not a single media source. They're either clearly
No.
delineated.
Just how do we
Wait,
adjudicate?
stop talking. So, like,
Bro, why are you dodging the question?
I'm telling you know what? Fuck you. So
How do we
it's either on the left or the right. You have Fox News and affiliates, you have Nation State, whatever, and then you have all those PBS.
This is all pandering to fucking Shasha. Dumb down the conversation because Shasha is losing her mind. Dumb down the conversation because Shasha is losing her mind. And oh no, I've never seen. Well, pandering's fine, but pander for the right thing. Don't pander for fucking. Pander for
I'm moving to concrete. I'm moving to concrete, and I'm gonna answer it whenever I feel like it. Oh well, I'm doing what you do. I'm doing what you do. I'm following my dad. I'm following my dad. I'm following my daddy. That's what I'm following. I'm following my daddy concrete, and I'm gonna ruin the fucking room whenever the fuck I feel like it. I'm moderating, nigga.
Can we not play these games?
I'm never gonna be moderated. You're never moderated. You're never moderated. Moderated. I'm gonna put the room in the next
Right now we have facts and information. We don't need strong feelings.
Don't you have to make those? Like, don't you have a job to do, Starbucks? Jesus Christ, you have no problem in everything anybody else because you wanted to, but then you cry like the biggest bitch there ever was. You were that fucking bitch that can't.
Listen, I don't care, Brad. I don't care. Listen, man, I can't hear you. You're getting emotional. We don't want to be emotional. We want to have intellectual conversations.
And you go into.
All right, let's try that.
I bet you're like that. So when you interrupt everybody, I'm going to do it to you.
I don't care.
I thought so. So again, there is not a centrist news source. They don't exist in America. There's not one anywhere in the world. There's not a single one.
You know what begging the question is? Begging the question is.
You know what? Hey, you know what? Everybody, let's talk about Starbucks, like, and how much they're inflating their prices over
Hold on.
We have to give DEI hires like the carnival jobs, the mop bathrooms. We have to have them fill paper towel rolls. I mean, you gotta, clean those up, once the toilets, replace urinal cakes.
You guys are conflating youth reporting and youth Farmington. Obviously, the commentators, they are obviously biased because they have their own views, but the reporting of the news. When you look at your 6 p.m. news, it's always what it is, with no commentary, with no personal bias. However, MSNBC, Fox News, CNN, this really states they are not news organization, but mere entertainment organization, and that's why they can give their opinion and not have an opposing view regarding the news, because technically it's not even news. So you take it with a grain of salt, however you want to do it. But the news is pretty self-balanced in the United States when you looking at the strict reporting of the news. When you look at the AP, when you look at Reuters, they are straight in the
I was going to say Reuters, Wall Street Journal.
Opinion, and that's why those things are kind of what the uses that source, because they just report the news for whatever it is.
Neither is Reuters or.
Oh, Wall Street Journal is definitely not down the middle. But here, I got to hear you.
No, I was talking, so why are you cutting off?
We're getting emotional.
Yeah, why are you so fucking?
Why are you getting emotional? Just because I put belt to ass on Shasha? This is pandering. This is peak pandering.
Why don't you
All right, go ahead. I'm not Brad.
go back and do it. Shut up. I
hugged you, and I told you.
I don't care.
Leave my girl Shasha. I can only put belt to ass on her.
Yeah, dude, you think you could just like fucking bully everybody?
Go, bro. Nobody's bullying anybody. Go. Nobody here.
Had nothing to
Yeah, Shasha. Now we got Brad.
Biggest accomplishment in life is trying to bully a fucking moderator on stage.
My cries don't last this fucking long. Y'all niggas is crying for fucking hours. My tears, I do a quick little in and out. My cries are like, give me 15 minutes of crying and then I'm done. That's it. I can get in and get out of my feelings.
if someone has a critique on you. That's not true, bro.
Oh shit! Now it's going after concrete.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. What the fuck? No, I mean, that was pretty much it. I mean, you just fucking leave the room whenever
Bitch ass niggas always sucking pussy every fucking day. Bitch
at
ass
least I don't suck dick like you. At least I don't fucking suck dick
trying
like
to
you.
suck internet pussy. If you don't fucking shut your fucking mouth, you and Brad trying to suck the same internet pussy at the same time. If y'all don't shut the fuck up.
Fight back, Lord Nas. Get in there.
At least I don't suck dick, bro.
Who's convinced? Who's
I
convinced?
put somebody else's like map.
That's too bad that concrete gets to crash out and no one can say anything about it. But when I crashed out, niggas gotta put a poll and the poll gets to decide whether or not I have the ability to crash out. That's insane. That's insane to me. That's
When black men cry, the world stops. It's different.
That's nuts to me. Anyway, I just want to announce that I'm. Oh, Nathan was wrong and I was right. The non-intellectual keep the gay intellectual.
Can you go back about 22 seconds?
Yes, I got you, Samoa. So, Nathan claims that most of American media is left.
You dumb bitch. I did not say that.
Left leaning.
Shut the fuck up.
It's not
You
left
are a
leaning,
dumb
right? And I said, Nathan, tomato, yes, it is majority left leaning. And he
This is
said,
not what I said, but
there's a
if
difference
you want
between
to smoke,
liberal and
carry
left.
on.
And if you're not an intellectual, you wouldn't understand that, right? So I decided to pack Nathan up about his fucking horrible childhood because he witnessed a bunch of people die in front of him as a kid and I didn't. And yeah, that's where we're at. So, is the majority of media left-leaning or not?
This was the end of the conversation.
Or not?
The conversation was not this.
Is the majority of media
Huey
left-leaning
properly
or not? Is it more in the
summarized the
center?
conversation we
Is
had.
it more in the right? That's what
We
we're debating
chose
about.
to let
It
one
shouldn't even be a fucking debate, right? Because we all know the truth, right? We all know that the media, for the most part, leans left. Like, we all know this. This could have been an actual debate in 2016 and 2017. But the reality is, we all know in 2025 in America, because we're not in the UK, I don't understand how he gets to talk about American media. He's in the fucking UK. But we all know that for the most part, the media leans left. I'm not complaining about it. I've accepted that. But like, we're not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna accept a lie from a UK gay man that the most of the media is not left. That's a lie. It's a fucking lie. So I was right and he was wrong. Thank you very much.
You also need to live in America to understand that most of the media is leftist.
That was never
so
the conversation. You were not here, so don't even
That
chime
was
in.
the conversation.
That was never the
That
conversation.
was.
I'm always listening to you. I'm always in the fucking audience.
That was the
Look at the
conversation.
audience. I'm always in it.
Louis,
You know, because you can't understand the point. I don't blame you. You
that
know,
fucking
I
child.
blame the education you received.
Besides Nathan, because Nathan's the only intellectual in this room.
No, you're the only dumb bitch. That's the problem.
Too much on ourselves.
The dumbest one. So what does that make you? If you're an intellectual and I won the argument, what does that make you?
There was no argument.
You're even dumber than I am. Wouldn't it make you dumber than I am?
In a gutter.
Wouldn't it make you dumber than I am? And I didn't witness people get decapitated in front of me. That's what you witnessed in Nigeria. That's what you saw in Nigeria. You don't have a normal brain. I don't care what you say or nobody says. Your brain is altered permanently because you witnessed death as a child. I didn't. I witnessed rainbows, Barbies, fucking McDonald's playhouses. That's what I fucking witnessed, nigga. I witnessed Disney.
Oh, you witnessed
Have you been
McDonald's.
to Disney World, nigga?
You're so intelligent.
Have you been to Disney World? No, you haven't. No, you haven't, nigga. You haven't been to Disney World. Not once, nigga. What is he talking about?
Oh my god.
Shut up, bitch.
McDonald's intelligence.
Normal.
This is the
Turning Point.
Yes, sir.
That's what I saw on some shit. I don't know.
I heard about Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler.
Bullshit, bro.
Adam Sandler's a good get. That's a good get.
Wait, hold on. You guys don't know about the white American?
You don't. You think Eminem is performing for a Turning Point?
That's what I saw. America.
Wait.
I'm asking you a question. That's what you were telling me. Eminem's performing for that bullshit.
He crashed out for Trump. What, 2 years ago?
Impossible. Good.
2 years ago, he got weird implants and crashed out over.
Wait, stop. Forget about the impossibility aspect. But if it is the case that it's true, then I win, right?
All the viral claims are false. Eminem did not provide any public.
Okay, it's fine, but if it is, okay, fine, but if it is true,
huh?
Wait, but if it is true,
yeah, he would be able to. Yeah, for sure. Wait, that was never in like.
What about Adam Sandler,
bro?
Adam Sandler is an A-lister, but he's not in the music.
It was never in question whether he was an A-lister.
So, but Adam Sandler wouldn't kill it, right?
What the fuck?
He is an A-lister.
Everybody knows who Adam Sandler is. That's a household name. That is a household
A-lister. He might be B.
Everybody knows who he is.
Yeah, but
Hey, Dewey,
the reason
but
why I
he
think
had
that
the
he has
Christian
an
though.
According to you, he is.
for the specified
No,
music.
Adam Sandler.
Was it leftist media that made? Was it
Good morning,
leftist
Dewey.
media that
Good
made
morning,
an
Simone.
announcement about who's
Yo, I'm
performing?
drinking some strawberry infused water. No, you're not. You're popping delicious. So delicious. Serving it to strawberry infused water, ladies and gentlemen. Thank me later. Thank me. You can sit there and cry about guava all you want to. I have never seen a guy get owned, bent over, made to touch his toes, have his fucking balls ripped out from the backside, and then have himself pegged by a 4-foot woman who just basically said, I'm gonna slap your ass and call you bitch and ride you all the way home.
That is like poetry, Brad. Poetry.
That's preach. Hats off to Guava for owning you. Now you're her. She's gonna put a little ring around that septum nose piercing you have, tie that change to her hip, and she's gonna walk you along like the little dog you are. Congratulations.
She just gave Concrete a septum nose piercing. Brad, you really are good with the insults.
That's
I
what
will
I
give it
said.
to you.
Brad is already.
Septum, Brad, like fucking, it's like he's like got a book of poetry.
good. It was okay.
And that's not even personal to you, Concrete. That is he could have said that to anybody.
Listen,
He could have said that to anybody. It would have been good.
No, I'm not taking it personal. I can appreciate it.
You are
I'm just
taking
saying
it
it was
personal, though.
okay.
We can
It was
see that
okay.
you're taking it personal.
It wasn't like, oh my God, Dave Chappelle, Brandon the White Dave Chappelle.
No, I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying the speed at which, and
Yeah, I think
he
it's-
does a good job of
thought about it.
visuals.
No, he obviously thought about
It's
it.
the speed and the visual.
No.
Because he said, turn you over, rip the balls from the back.
Listen.
And it was adding the back. Because now there's like a visual that you have to have. I'm just saying, Brad's good at that.
He obviously thought about it preemptively because I did it. It did nothing to prompt that response.
Yes, you have. You're
Wanted to get that off.
You're crying
Obviously,
now.
he wanted to get that off.
Hey,
And so he got it
you
off.
can have this
If,
vision in
I
your
wouldn't
head
take it to be
of
like
trying to figure
impromptu.
out how
I
to
take
take
it to
a
be
tampon
premeditated
evil.
niggatry. Thank you. Have a nice
That
day.
fucking
See, even that, tampon and shove it up the pee hole. That's clever.
It's just right there.
That's in the same theme. Once you have a theme going, you can always like riff
Look,
off.
I couldn't do that. I don't know where he gets it from. I can't
Listen, I
riff
have
like
a
that.
question. I have a question for you, Dewey.
Oh, for me? What's up?
You have two childhoods to choose from, right? One consists of adequate shelter, adequate food, for the most part, a normal childhood, right? And then you have another childhood in which consists of decapitations, disemboweled bodies in the streets, mud pies, not knowing when's your next meal, etc., etc. Which childhood would you argue was more normal?
Is that I don't understand the serious.
That's a serious question.
Oh, well, do you mean what's more normal, like more experienced in the world, or which one would be better for the kid?
What's more normal for Americans?
For Americans, the first one, the adequate stuff.
Do you think that the brain can be altered chemically
after experiencing something like the second childhood?
I don't know how I would describe it. I don't know if it's chemical, but I do think that that kind of childhood would have lasting effects on how you think and act and are. Yeah. I don't know if it's I have no idea if that's chemical or not, but that definitely would have.
You know where
impact.
I'm going with that.
Yeah,
I'm agreeing with you. I'm
agreeing with you that that would have a lasting impact on every element of your life.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like those are both obvious, though.
It's called a setup, Dewey. She's setting you up for a big punchline, big finale.
It's very obvious, right, Dewey? But because it's me asking the question, there are people in the room that would really seriously argue that the second childhood would.
But the question I have is, why is childhood A with the normal childhood behaving the way childhood B with the fucked up childhood should be behaving?
Exactly. I didn't understand. What?
We think childhood B with the fucked up childhood would be the disgusting, the malignant one, right? Like, as opposed to childhood A, what was amazing childhood would be well behaved and understanding and compassionate. But we don't see that, so explain that part. And this is
You see how Nathan behaving. You see how Nathan behaving as though he's a normal person. When all I said was tomato, and he tried to insult me for that. Yeah, that's not normal. That's not normal, right?
Yes.
Usually people who witness death would react that way, right? Usually people who witness death would react that way, or wouldn't react that way, except
would know that's not respectful.
Except he did, right? Pish posh applesauce.
Yeah, trauma is crazy because the brain doesn't grow synapses, it cuts them away. So the experiences you have literally cut away at your humanity and leave scars that are long-lasting and lifelong. So trauma...
No, you're trying to say that as if it's absolute.
It's not absolute. I'm just saying it leaves a scar. The brain removes synapses. It prunes synapses.
And how do we know that's not pseudoscience?
As it prunes them.
How do we know that's not pseudoscientific?
Because he's not talking about how to become a woman.
I'm not interested if you understand it. That's just a fact. We can verify it. You can look it up.
So you know correlation is not causation, right?
Because you want to figure out what a woman is.
What studies do you have so I can just look at it?
I'll give you one in a minute.
This guy's wearing fucking women's shoes. He's wearing jeans that shape his ass. This guy's wearing curlers in his hair.
Impressed by your obsession.
He went to the salon and asked for a weave, a blonde woman's weave to put in his hair so he could be relevant. This is concrete, walking down with a little septum nose ring, a tampon in his pee hole, and fucking a weave in his head. That's what he is. That's what you are, dude. That's all you are. Because Guava owns you. How can anyone take you seriously? You're a guy who fucking bends over and lets other men nut in him. You're soft. You're
I'm doing homoerotic imagery. I'm not gonna do your homoerotic imagery. You got it for yourself, brother.
When you chase
Alright, I'll be back.
Chase a woman, you let
Now, Io, wouldn't you say that even without scarring, the brain could overcompensate and have like high intellects? Because, you know, being adaptive to trauma doesn't mean that it's going to be negative. It can also be very resilient to the exposure to trauma.
What's the response for the majority to trauma, Io? What's the majority? What's the response to the majority? They usually don't overcome their trauma, correct?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you a master class, that's how you deal with fucking concrete. So Nani that goes after you, Guava, Shy, and
no, I'm pinging you in. I'm pinging you in to take care of it.
So the reason why we're so vigilant about childhood abuse, the reason why we're so vigilant about childhood trauma is because it's really hard to overcome it. Because parts of their brain the synapses that they would normally have that would be like, hey,
we think Al Nathan is the exception. Look at Al Nathan. He's gay from his trauma, but he's the exception.
Well, there are exceptions, but they're very rare.
I wouldn't use the word rare.
Very rare. Thank you.
their
King wants to bring
children
up the
and
fucking
families.
fringe to argue for the
fair.
majority.
It's
It's
not
very
fair.
weird.
It's
It's
not
very
fair.
rare. It's very rare. For people to overcome their childhood trauma of death and destruction is
Well, what do
very
you mean
rare.
overcome, Shy? Like
Overcome their trauma. We
give me a
get
second.
into the definition of overcome, sweetheart.
Yes.
All right.
Because I think
Well,
that
you
if you
figure
have
it out.
childhood
You
trauma,
figure it out.
but
An
you're still able to get a
intellectual
job,
would know the
still get a
definition
car.
of overcome.
Well, no, I'm just saying that.
So how am I a dumb here? But I know what overcome means, and you
I'm
don't.
trying to figure out what the controversial thing
I'm
is.
trying to figure out how the fuck
I don't know.
smart
She's trying to
bitch needs
insinuate.
have overcome explained for her.
Because I think that when
Because you're retarded, and you're not.
No, if somebody has,
You're
do you
dumb.
want me to
It's
respond?
because you're dumb. I don't know what it is.
Being
It's
an
'cause you're dumb.
intellectual to
It's 'cause
you,
you're dumb.
like of all people.
It's because you're dumb. It's okay to be dumb.
Real. Do you want to have a conversation or do you want to yell?
Not every
Do you
day.
want to
I'm not even into that.
You need to have a word.
I mean,
that
I'm not the only one
overcome
calling you
explains
dumb.
to
Oh,
you.
Nathan
You're
called you
dumb.
dumb. Tim
You're
called you
retarded.
dumb. A lot of people call
You're
you that.
retarded. You're more retarded than I am. If I know the word
You could have,
overcome
you can have
and
a
what it
job.
means and
You
you
can
don't.
still have a family.
What does overcome mean?
There's a lot of different ways
What
that
does
people will
overcome
continue
mean,
to be
bitch?
resilient.
People can
What is
overcome
this
it.
about? Yeah, I'm trying to say the word salad, baby. That's just no word, bitch. That's not what it's about.
You're so weird.
It's rare to overcome your trauma. It's rare. It's rare.
You're still trying to
It's
figure
there.
out
So I highly doubt El Nathan
Don't ask that
overcame
question.
his trauma. It's a
Yes, he's very
I highly doubt it.
very
You know why? Because seeing all that death and destruction turned him gay.
He was crying
Right?
on the phone.
All that death and destruction convinced him that he can argue with me.
Come on, concrete.
So clearly he didn't overcome his trauma.
Io, what does overcome mean? What does overcome mean, Io?
But I
It means you don't have PTSD. Means, hey, you
Yeah,
overcame
why would that be
Most
rare?
people don't have
It means when you aim too high and get it in your hair instead of on your tits.
And most people don't have the money or the time to do the
So all we have to do now is ask ChatGPT, who has all the psychological data on trauma. We have all the psychological data on trauma, and we can find out whether or not people
Concrete, it's like this. It's like with your boyfriend, and you drop it on
We
your
can find out whether or not people will go through traumatic childhood, quote unquote, overcome, which is to say that they don't have PTSD. Now, I'm going to put that into AI overview, which is the version of AI, and let's see what it says. We don't have to debate it anymore. We can
like Google's version. I prefer Google's version too.
Go ahead and do it now, because I don't like contaminating my long-term AI with my short-term nigger questions. So if you want to use yours, go ahead. Go ahead, Nani, put it in your ChatGPT.
What I will say is that
Are you gonna do it?
people have Well, I'm walking right now. I'm going to go get coffee, so I'm not gonna.
Alright, so let's agree on the prompt. Given
What prompt do you want to use?
clinical data.
And I would argue, to be honest, those who can control their caffeine addictions are weaker in the mind. Just saying.
Idea of
So those who can go a day without coffee, you're weaker in the mind than I am. A person that's not addicted to caffeine.
I'm waiting for sure.
overcoming
I love my.
Well, you're weaker than I am is my point.
all the
That's
clinical
fine.
data on childhood trauma and using the idea of not having PTSD as overcoming. What percentage of
If
the
you were strong,
population
you would be able to handle your addiction.
Has
PTSD.
Yes,
You're right.
that's a good prompt.
population
That's a good prompt.
overcome
But you can be stronger than me. But I'll be caffeinated.
trauma. Is that a good prompt?
That's right.
You agree?
That's right.
Given all the clinical data on childhood trauma and using the idea of not having PTSD as overcoming, what percentage of the population overcome their childhood trauma? Is that good? Is that fair?
Still haven't gotten over it.
Given all the clinical data on childhood trauma and using the idea of not having PTSD as overcoming, what percentage of the population overcome their childhood trauma? All right, let's find
I
out.
have a slight issue of using AI overviews for it, but that's a different thing.
With a specific percentage is not available. Most people who experience childhood trauma do not develop PTSD. There it is. A majority overcome it by not developing disorder. Studies showed that up to 15% of girls and 6% of boys. No. Remember, I just went through the prompt. You didn't say shit. You argue against the prompt. Why didn't you argue against the prompt?
I'm arguing it against it now.
Why did you not argue against it before?
I just heard.
Why didn't you argue against it
I didn't
before?
hear you a moment
Oh
ago.
my God, this is bullshit.
Yeah, so the question was people who have childhood trauma, who develop PTSD, do they overcome it?
No. So now what you're saying, you're changing it. So now you're saying you could go through childhood trauma and not develop PTSD, correct?
You know, Concrete, did you know that one of the top 5 traumas...
Hold on. Let's try to get Io to fucking agree to a point.
Yeah, no,
Io.
One of the top 5 traumas is watching your parents get divorced as a kid.
Most people go through childhood trauma without having PTSD. Thank you.
I didn't have divorced parents as a child. What about you, Concrete? Did you get trauma?
Shasha, you live in a glass
Did
house.
you get that trauma, Concrete?
In a glass house.
Because it don't seem like you
all know, Shasha, all know that you're lashing out because you probably got some other stuff going on. Don't take it out on us, bro. Go do the work. Get help.
Smell it?
I hope you get help.
We're not living it, though.
Crashing out. I hope you don't ruin all your relationships because you want to crash out. Anyway, you're wrong. Thank you. Have a nice week.
You have PTSD from your parents getting divorced. How does that feel?
Shasha, God bless you, Shasha. I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better, Shasha. I won't be participating in your whatever this is.
Does anyone here actually feel they have PTSD for any childhood trauma?
Yeah,
I mean, he just gives a very specific diagnosis, like in order to even claim that someone has PTSD. Did you know that a trauma is just moving from one neighborhood to another neighborhood? That's considered a trauma, you know? Like,
I understand there can be relative trauma, but that's not what I'm asking. I have, which is a characteristic.
Damn, now you get up.
I grew up in a 2-parent household, right? 2-parent household. My parents gave me whatever the fuck I wanted. Whatever the fuck I wanted, I got.
Not too much on divorced parents. Thank you very much.
I don't know. I can't relate to that trauma, you know, because my parents loved each other. I never witnessed it. I never witnessed my dad fucking raise a finger to my mom. I know some of y'all went through that. You know, all that shit. I would argue that my childhood was relatively normal compared to a lot of y'all's childhood in here. I'm just saying. I think that's something to brag about.
I can argue this. That struggle. Excuse me. I know you hear me. I can argue this. That struggles, going through struggles create a stronger person, resilience, right?
Or they commit suicide.
Yes.
Look, if you have a kid, you're not going to put them through that type of struggle to say, hey, I want my kid to be stronger.
Right.
There's different ways to
Not
stress the
ideally,
kid.
no. Not ideally.
Okay, then I think that's what she's referring to now. I'll say this. I definitely had a traumatic childhood, right? And I do have characteristics of PTSD that was actually brought up to me by a psychiatrist, right? One of them is hypervigilance.
Psychologist? Or
psychiatrist?
Oh, okay.
Not therapist, not oncologist, psychiatrist. Fucking an MD. And yeah, it's pretty crazy some of the things that they point out to you. And so it could actually like be beneficial at times, and then sometimes it backfires. So like the vigilance is in the sense of you see like things that you become worried about that aren't even fucking really there, right? Or the probability is so low, but you stress over it, meaning it affects the quality of your life. You don't go places, you don't do things, you tend to vet things before you even get there, right? OCD can be fucking some part of that as well. Like, so these things can happen. They're not all bad, right? They can be motivating factors in a lot of ways, right? Some could argue that, hey, the desire of self-defense and just wanting to be strong could be a byproduct of wanting to defend myself. I look to see like what's the fastest way out in situations that I feel more threatened by, things like that, things that people don't necessarily pay attention to, right? Now, it could cause stress. Like you should see me sometimes when fucking I'm a place where it's like, I don't know, a lot of people or something like that. I gotta get fucking here, right? So in that sense, I gotta work on certain things. But in some cases, I'm like this, that, this, and then it happens, right? And I'm like, see, I fucking told you. So, you know, the stress that occurs is one thing that I would prefer not to have at times. Ability to fucking see things or pay attention to things. I don't know. I wouldn't want that to go away.
Can I jump in after the last question in queue? I don't know if there's a queue going on today.
Yeah, go after me.
Wait, who's in the queue? Okay.
Simone. Yeah. So I seen my pops go upside my mom's head, and I was at the age where I thought she deserved it. So I don't think that I was affected by that by any means.
What the fuck? Boy, that's edgy, bro.
Bro, I was trying to land a joke, bro. You just fuck it all up.
No more.
You did, bro, because he gave you a reaction that you broke.
Bro, I was gonna laugh while I was talking, and then that's fucked up. Go ahead, sorry. That's fucked up.
Sorry, I was eating. I would say that I kind of just jumped into this conversation, so I kind of don't know the arguments that people are making right now. So correct me. But I would say that. So personally, my parents were still together. I don't necessarily think I had a traumatic childhood, but I will say that obviously I wouldn't wish that on anybody, and I'm sorry if that happened to people. But I feel like the broader picture is people deal with trauma. Like if you have a family member who dies or your parents get sick, I don't really feel like there's any competition. I mean, even if you didn't have childhood trauma, you might later on in your life have trauma from something unfortunate happening. God forbid you get sick. So I don't know why. It seems like the room we're doing trauma Olympics. But I think in most people's lives, they will like deal with something unfortunate. And I'll
sorry, that's how
No, it's not trauma Olympics.
How do you think
That's
a
what we were
child
saying.
would the average child would handle watching people get decapitated in front of them? Can they come out relatively normal? Is there a chance that they can come out normal?
No, I'm not saying that they're going to come out normal, but I'm just saying
they have
like
the capability, right?
It's possible. It depends on a lot of different factors.
Resources.
Like
child psychiatry tells you that you give kids resources and
within
support.
the first 2 years,
There's childhood resilience that happens. You see people coming from these horrible poverty-stricken war countries, and they turn out to be, running companies and stuff like that. It doesn't mean that those types of people might not feel like outliers, but like Lasara said, everybody experiences some type of trauma. There's nobody on this stage that hasn't experienced trauma, and we're trying to weaponize it to insinuate that someone is an idiot. Like, this isn't even a genuine
If that's the conversation, that's a crazy conversation. I would just say this, that if you go and have any PTSD, the military
that's
has
not
a
the conversation. I don't know where this bitch got that from.
So that's a weird thing. But the metric is the following. Listen, if you have PTSD and as an adult you get treatment within the first 2 years, you can recover. This is the military standard. I, as a person who had childhood trauma, my parents, my mother, never thought that I should go to therapy. So I had an entire childhood of navigating that alone. When I became an adult and I went to university, I went and spoke to a military psychiatrist who specialized in PTSD for war-torn people. So people who escaped war-torn areas, people for that sort of stuff. And it was a very, very long journey, involved even psychedelics at one point, and things like MDMA and other stuff like that. So to help me become a normal person, because I assure you, if you think what Mike said about him being vigilant, well, that was something that happened to me all the time because there was a physiological response, something that I had no control over. It was something akin to hyperventilating, getting your blood pressure raised, and you become angry and you don't even realize why that's happening. That's still something that I struggle with, and I still get very pissed off and impatient. But it is much, much less than somebody who is unable to function at all, because before that I wasn't able to function. Now, as somebody said, I actually run a company. So it is possible to recover, but it takes a very, very long time, and it takes a concerted effort, a continued effort, with resources that are specialized.
Can I ask a
Not
question?
something that everyone can get out of.
What is the argument that everyone's making? I came in like late to the room, that's all.
Just PTSD for children. What's the effect of PTSD for children? Can they make it out of it? Does everybody get PTSD? For those who do get it, what are the success rates or outcomes?
No. This conversation is multifaceted, where there is a surface level conversation that could be had about childhood trauma, but really it's a retaliation from Shasha to El Nathan for whatever reason, due to a prior conversation where there's a continuation of hurt feelings. And Shasha
No, not my feelings, but my childhood.
Shasha is being an energy vampire by
my childhood, right?
Emanating
my childhood
negative,
consists of decapitation,
negative emotions, and then trying to cause
that's what I'm saying.
negative emotions.
I can't brag about my childhood because y'all niggas went through trauma and y'all so insecure about that. I don't give a fuck. Your mom's beat by your dad got nothing to do with
it. And then it gives
your mom getting beat by your dad got nothing to do with me. Your mom getting left by your dad got nothing to do with me. I get to brag about my awesome childhood in a room full of people who have a childhood. I'm sorry. I don't be the best guy. I don't give a fuck.
That's definitely what's
You
going
grew
on.
up with divorce and concrete, and that's why I went to I went to switch
places. So what she does is trying to pull other people down in order for them to switch places with her. And that's unfortunate.
Alright, so let me try this submission again. Alright, so when I was growing up, I seen my pops like put hands on my mom. And at that point, it was just one time, right? It was like a slap, right? It was like a little check, right? And I thought that it was totally appropriate because my dad ran a really strict house about structure and about.
And that explains why you can't accept being wrong.
Wait, hold on.
You couldn't even accept your dad being wrong, right? When he was beating your mom.
Relax.
So that explains why you can't accept being wrong in arguments, right?
Relax.
That shows where your trauma led you. And it led you to being insecure.
She's like a small animal stuck in a fence that bites you when you try to help it out of the fence.
Yeah, relax.
So, Gar, you're the man that everybody sets on that no one pays attention to.
Again, thank you. Let's move
You're an insect that everybody sets on who doesn't pay any mind to. No one cares.
Still guard the script.
Hey, if you could just move out of the way, Shasha, I'm just trying to draw a different thread so people are able to kind of analyze why it is you see the world that you see it in, or like the context that you see it in, and that's totally fine. But there are certain kids that grow up in war-torn countries with cultures that don't mirror yours, that think that this is appropriate for a purpose. Now, you can wag your finger, that's fine, you can do what you do, because everybody is basically, the world revolves around you. But let me just go ahead and finish the thread. All right, so I thought that it was
that
appropriate.
recognition. The world does revolve around me.
Absolutely. Thank you. All right, so if you're looking at what is appropriate and what is not appropriate, culture actually draws these lines for you. And when there's strict in a household, everybody should abide by that. And if you break rules, there are consequences. Isn't that what you tell your children, Shasha? Of course it is, right? Because everybody wants to be able to move copacetically when you're moving up the lane. You don't want anybody just stopping in the middle of traffic, right? You don't want that to impede your progress throughout life. Yeah, so structure's a really good thing. I think that there should be consequences out there. And when children understand what consequences are, they don't have these traumatic effects that some people have, like what you're describing at the moment. They would just think that that's just a daily routine.
Like that's normal.
It is normal.
Yeah.
But it is normal.
Yeah, in their world, yeah.
Yeah,
but if you were to scan brains, you would see your brain would actually.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you in the sense that they think it's normal.
No, they do think it's normal.
No, but
That's
it is
why
normal.
his little brother at 10 years old thought it was okay to rob a disemboweled body. He thought that was okay to do because he more than likely grew up with disemboweled bodies in the streets of Nigeria. Right? So that's normal to him. So that's why, like, the average 10-year-old in America, if they saw a disemboweled body in the street, they're not going to think in their mind, oh, let me see how much change he has in his pocket so I can take it and buy myself a Snickers bar, right? The average American child doesn't think that way, but probably the average, Nigerian child, or not even Nigerian, but the average whatever tribe child that he came from, more than likely thinks, okay, it's normal to rob disemboweled bodies because that's the normal
But doesn't that kind of kill your argument when I'm an American? Hello?
What do you mean?
Well, let me go back to what I was talking about. Yeah, so being an American, having a structured home and understand that certain things have consequences. Wait, hold on. No, you're saying that that's
I was lucky enough to be born in America, not Nigeria, or foreign country.
You're saying that what I experienced, I think that's normal. I'm saying no, that is normal. Here in America, it is normal. And if you try to label it... It's
normal to come across disemboweled bodies in the street in America?
See, like, you gotta focus on me.
I'm not focusing on you.
Why do you keep interrupting me? Listen,
that's normal in America, disemboweled bodies in the streets?
Listen, everybody can have a mirrored experience. I'm not saying...
That doesn't change the fact that it's altering their brains.
Alright, so this is
It doesn't change the fact that that's still trauma.
Somebody
it's
possibly worried about
like it was normal to witness your dad beating your mom.
Wait, why did you say beating?
Normal? Is that the new norm because your parents did it? No,
hold on.
Is it the new norm because the majority are doing it?
Who said beating?
Whatever he was doing to your mom.
So you just inserted a word to be inflammatory on purpose? That's disgusting. That's fucking disgusting. What the hell was that?
I think it's more disgusting that your father was beating your mom. Yeah.
But don't people do that in the States here? Like, maybe not dismember body,
Well, with Sarah, I feel like school shootings are normal for
they see drive-by shootings, and you could live in a developed country.
There we go.
It's very normal in America.
You gotta define normal.
You could
normal just means common.
Yeah, normal.
You could live in an underdeveloped
school shootings aren't common.
Like, you can live in an underdeveloped country.
No, they're not.
Children have a common fear of them.
They happen more in America.
They are more common. They are more common than anywhere else.
Yes.
That makes it normal?
Yes.
No, that's not word. That was a question. Wait, that was a question. Are they more common? Okay, great. It's not about the majority. Are they more common in this country than anywhere else?
What's the mean? The mathematical mean?
So let's let her answer. Are they more common?
In America,
is there a higher frequency? How about that?
That's normal.
Okay, so in that case, what we want to do is contrast, like,
your dad beat your
all of which happens here versus all of which happens everywhere else, to where when you hear it, it's traumatic, it is shocking, but it's no longer as surprising as it once was in the past.
Not surprising doesn't equal normal. It would be normal. It would be normal if the majority of schools.
Let me ask you this: if schools start putting protection systems in there, such as armed guards, metal detectors, and all that, would you consider that to be something that has some type of normalized establishment?
Yes. Why do you have guards if it's not normal?
Wait, how many schools have armed guards?
What does it matter? It doesn't matter. I'm just saying. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
It's not the.
Because I could be wrong. I could. That's not the point, though. If it's the case that I know what your point is. I'm saying if it's the case, you have some type of standardized protection system, right, as a response to shooting, would you then think that it's more normalized?
I would argue, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And so there are underdeveloped countries. I mean, America's kind of different because we're all like states together, but there are other underdeveloped countries that, I mean, a school shooting is like what? And so I don't think
it
that's
wouldn't be
necessarily,
normal there.
it wouldn't be normal. And that's,
They would look
that's
at us
controlling.
like,
And look, I mean, controlling for, let's say, they grew up in maybe it's a poor household, but just because you grew up in a poor household doesn't mean it's going to be traumatic. But if you were someone who, let's say, you grew up with two parents, you went to, I don't know, you were a kid that went to Columbine and you experienced that, you have a lot more trauma than a kid from, let's say, a small village in Nigeria who's just never seen any of that and is perfectly fine. So I just feel like the comparisons are not really the same.
Damn, that was pretty good. What say you, Shasha?
Why are you at it? I wasn't even listening. What?
Oh, no, it's okay.
What'd you say?
Anybody else want to talk?
Your dad beat your mom, so it doesn't even.
Yeah.
What the hell? See, Shasha is...
Wait, hold on, wait. And guess what? Now you have a Samoa.
So wait, is the argument that schools should...
Now you have a Samoa. If that never happened, Samoa wouldn't be as intellectually superior that, you know what I'm saying?
No, not really.
For a reason,
No, when you admitted that when you witnessed your dad beat your mom and you didn't see any wrong in that, that makes sense as to why you...
All right, so you missed the whole point, Lasara, Nani.
You can never take the L here, and that makes sense as to why that is. Now, for me, now I understand.
Right. So everybody
now
knows.
I understand why you never think you're wrong.
All right. So
and it's because you grew up with a father beating on your mom, right?
Okay.
And you didn't think he was wrong. So why would you ever think you're wrong?
So just as
you know.
Hold on. So just as
It's just
all right, relax. Just like
add the two and two together, they make sense. 1 + 1 does equal 2.
Come on, you're doing the same thing again, bro.
Come on.
So when concrete.
All right, hold on.
So when
concrete. Hold on.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, come on.
Yeah, come on. What's up?
Not your age, not your height. All right, so back to the point.
Come on.
When concrete interrupted me, I started laughing, right? Because I created this situation so that we could just see the other side of it on how children could not be or could perceive it as being something that's the norm. It's exactly what El Nathan described. It's exactly what Lasar is talking about. But you think that was actually my upbringing. You gotta be better than that. We create these things for thought experiments just to see how you would react to them. They're not real. Jeez, this is not good.
Nothing you say is real, my nigga.
There you go. But I know that you're not a bitch.
That was a good thought experiment.
Nice one, Samoa.
Samoa's coming with the jokes today. I don't know.
He's like, I just got it right now. He said,
He's like, everything you say is a lie, and someone's like, you're straight. It's like, yeah, type shit.
Y'all be glazing each other. Y'all lame as fuck.
Oh, God.
Debate me, bro.
What is that, Coquito?
What the fuck?
Y'all know damn well Samoa is never serious, and when he talk, he just be talking. How y'all can take that seriously? Y'all don't even debate it.
Why is it always the high-pitched guys with the list that have the biggest issues with other guys and then offer nothing of value? I'm just asking. Like, this is a serious question.
Brad, you can shut your ass up. When it comes to political talk, all you do is just sit up here and rant about nothing, like you really know about politics.
So, as much as Samoa wants to walk back his childhood, I genuinely do believe his dad is beating his mom. But anyway, the chances of a child coming out of and that's all they witnessed in their childhood. After that normal is slim to nothing.
So wait, Shasha, did you go through
anything traumatic? Did you go through anything traumatic when you were younger? Disemboweled bodies in the street is slim to none. That's the reality. Like, we're not about to lie when we say, oh, if a child grew up in a one-parent household, their chances of coming out of poverty is slim to none.
Yeah.
But we're arguing that a child who witnessed disemboweled bodies, decapitations, etc., is going to be normal.
That's actually not
the sake of the argument, right? Because it's shy.
No, listen, the kids.
It's incredible how the lengths I would fucking go to reach
in order to try to prove me wrong. When the reality is, we all know we would choose the childhood of getting whatever the fuck you want, having good parents, not getting beat on, over the childhood of mud pies, death, and destruction.
Okay.
Like now y'all are arguing that no, these children could come out normal. Yeah, the chances of that are slim to none though.
Slim to none?
Normal. Like what are they more vulnerable to? Like doing the same thing or like sitting in the corner and crying?
No, I'm not claiming. No. I wouldn't go as far as to claim that El David is capable of this violent.
Let me ask you this then, like, if you didn't know where he came from, would you be able to tell that he went through some type of traumatic experience?
Yes, he's a homosexual.
Good question.
Yeah, what would be the indicator?
He's a homosexual with his ass out on motherfucking Clubhouse.
Oh, so
what do you mean?
I see what you're saying. I think so. You think that
I didn't know childhood poverty was related to sexual orientation.
Listen, the kids on the battlefield right now, when they hear the drones over their house,
that's exactly what I said.
They're scared of dying from the sound of a drone. So then when they come over here and they hear kids playing with drones, they start shaking and having a fucking weird reaction because they're like, oh my god, my house in that fucking area blew up after hearing the sound of a drone. That's the kind of PTSD these kids have. It's not even from the bodies. It's unexpected because, oh shit, the kid was like traumatized by that sound because moments before the Israeli bomb destroys your entire fucking building.
No, but what I'm saying is that like, if you can't tell, right, throughout your everyday function, if somebody has gone through something,
Israeli drones and American drones.
It doesn't mean that person doesn't go through it, but it means that like your ability to indicate
resilience, high functioning people from childhood trauma.
Yeah, you're almost as functional as somebody that necessarily hasn't gone through something, and so. I mean, I have two kids. I would hopefully like want them to go through as many positive things and as few negative things in the sense of like then when you stub your toe, that could be traumatic. I get it, right? That's
your tolerance level is much lower.
Yeah, and so like, okay, I understand that.
Listen,
like, trauma is going to be something that comes as a shock to you, right? Which is something that you're not used to. So everyone goes through some type of trauma. What she's describing though is like decapitation and shit like that. And I'm saying, damn, that's pretty crazy. I would never want my kid to see it. We have like parent view on like YouTube.
My point, Mike, is I don't care about the definitions of no. I don't care to go into that.
I understand that.
My point is someone who witnessed dead bodies and destruction cannot tell me that I'm to be normal. You understand? Because by default, you're not normal.
But you wouldn't know that.
Why is that relevant, Mike?
Wait, hold on. You wouldn't know that even came from that. Hold on. You wouldn't know that he had that traumatic experience if he never told you, which means, minus him telling you that information, you have no indicator, right?
I wouldn't argue that. I would argue the indicator is him being gay with his ass out.
That's due to so that's interesting in the sense of like you think that like that gayness is like a isn't necessarily
Let me throw something in there real quick though.
So serious. Don't speak to me, Orion.
But I think
so serious. A lot of people are gay or transgender because of the trauma they experienced during their childhood, and they didn't know how to that.
Can y'all hear?
Fixing their trauma.
Nah,
and fixing it the right way. As a result of that.
I think all I'm saying is this, man. Like, I think, like, so for instance, we got family members that like fought in Vietnam, crazy ass shit, right? Where, like, you had to kill more people than were in your graduating class. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Shit like where you've like and to your point, Mike, like they can walk around and go get jobs, but it's like their family and loved ones and the people closest to them that know they're not fucking normal, bro. Like, he's a fucking mass murderer who's killed hundreds of people. He's killed hundreds of people, bro. And he knows it. And it's like, so yeah, like you might not be able to see, like he's not gonna come into the job and start flipping shit over and killing people. But like, yeah, he might wake up and like he might, when he was in Vietnam, as he went to sleep, he'll be kind of paranoid that someone's gonna try to kill him. And that never went away. So like now when he's sleeping in his bed with his wife, if she accidentally touches his arm, he's gonna flip out and start trying to fight for his life because like for months he lived that way. And like if he didn't live that way, he would fucking die. You know what I mean? So it's like there's certain shit that you can't, like, yeah, you might be able to see that he's not normal just because he's smart enough to fucking seem normal, but yeah, he's fucking not normal, bro. Like just because you can't tell doesn't mean shit.
You don't think Al Nathan is normal? I think he's normal.
Shit, is it El Nathan? Damn, I didn't know this was about El Nathan.
Exactly, because this conversation is not genuine. This is a personal attack guised as an actual topic. Get out of here.
It's an extreme data point. I want to see any sort of publication that says that about gay people, because I think it's more like a it's not about taking it seriously. It's about working through the motions of even dealing with the troll topic. And my point would be this, that if you're going to say something silly like this and some people are confused in the audience and other people are engaging, it's silly to judge somebody based on who they love just because of genital configuration. That's always been stupid. I said that once in an LGBTQ club that I went to as a frosh leader as part of training, and I got kicked out of got kicked out of that club for that statement because I said that it was silly that a gay dude was saying that he can only love dick. And I was like, that's weird. You're presupposing who you're going to love. That seems kind of prejudiced, doesn't it? So for what it's worth, it's very fucking complicated.
Very complicated.
So, person A says, I know someone went through a traumatic experience if they had their ass out waiting for dick on Clubhouse. And person 2 says, this is a very interesting conversation. Let's dive into this.
Let's unpack this. Let's discuss.
We should.
Here, let me grab my spoon.
Unpack this is the right.
I guess though, like, I mean, some people do have the like dumbass belief that like if somebody steps on your shoe when you're a kid, it turns you gay or something, or like trauma makes you gay. But like, yeah, that's just not a thing.
But then argue with the gays that say that.
I'm just referring. So like when I was in undergrad,
that disagree with you and would admit that their childhood trauma turned them gay. What are you talking about?
I mean, well, there's people who say
they're lying. They're lying.
No, I'm
saying their experience doesn't matter then.
That's not what I'm saying.
No,
so I guess.
Okay, all right. So let's not. So then you're retarded then. You're retarded.
Well, it's interesting.
So let me throw this in there.
No, because apparently everybody's retarded. Everybody's retarded.
All right.
Cool. So like, I mean, I don't know, when I was in undergrad.
I'm not retarded, but I'm just being funny. But go ahead.
It's all good. We can all be retarded. When I was an undergrad, man, I took like human sexuality class. We know you're retarded. You stay on mute. So like when I was an undergrad, I took a human sexuality course, right? And like being gay is just like the normal. It's a normal part of the human experience. Is the oldest time and shit. So like like just because someone says some shit, like one person on the internet says some shit. You seen that video of that gay dude in church who was like, "I'm not gay no more. I love women." Like that's your evidence that you know what I mean. Like I don't really care what
my evidence is really just is who disagree with you and would say that they are gay or transgender because of their childhood trauma. To me, they're just more self-aware than the average gay that doesn't admit that. I'm being honest. Just more self-aware. There's some gays that don't know that they're gay because of their childhood trauma, because maybe they were too young to realize their childhood trauma
we know that certain things that happen to children, even though they might not know that it happened, it still affects them, right? You see that their actions as they get older. Hence why, some people are gay.
I think that it's fairly simple for a predator to root out a child who, maybe they have a sense of the child's sexuality. I know you guys are like children and sexuality, but listen, I've always loved them boys, okay? I was a boy crazy little 5-year-old. But I do think that predators have a sense of children, and to prey on a child who might have an inclination towards asexuality would actually give them more protection, because basically that child would have even less motivation to speak up about an incident, because it would be a conflict of their interest or their experience, right? So if I've always loved boys and an older boy did something to me, there would be one part of me that would be interested in that dynamic, but not in that context, right? So it puts you in a very conflicting space. So I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but...
Yeah, there used to be a very concerning article on Reddit about this, about a predator who basically, described how he chose victims. And, they've since taken it down, as the person was very detailed and descriptive.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, and so, that was, my first time where I was like, oh, shit, there are Dexter motherfuckers out there.
He looks for...
New fear unlocked. I was like, wow.
He said he looks for basically single moms, single desperate moms. He said, what else did he say? That was a major one right there. He was talking about
We're kind of getting into a different conversation though, right? And real quick, Lion, because Anarchy, she says something that's important.
You're in the Matrix, man. I'm sorry.
There's straight people who respond to the trauma of being assaulted by their same sex as being homophobic. So they might have been assaulted or something, they went through something during their childhood that causes them to be homophobic. That can happen as well. All I'm saying is, for some gays, possibly like Hell Nathan, it is the trauma that turns them gay.
I don't know, man. My pushback is I grew up with some people. Some of them were
women who turned lesbian because they were raped by a man. They could have been attracted to men that whole time, right? But they went through a really bad incident with a man where a man took advantage of them in that way, to where they're just completely off-put by men after that, and they turn lesbian. Did they not turn lesbian from trauma? Yes, they did. So why are we acting like this is not a thing?
They don't want it to be a thing because they want to normalize trauma as a sense of love is love, and it's not. Love doesn't come from...
Why is everybody's shit messed up?
I hate, so you do, so you...
Lion, you're cutting in and out. Can you start from the beginning?
In the beginning, God let there be light.
He said, let there be trauma, and then let them turn gay.
Before the light. You're really in the Matrix, man. I'm not really even trying to disrespect you. You're just in the Matrix.
The reality is some people handle their trauma differently. Some people come out of their trauma and end up being the CEO of a big company. And some people come out of their trauma and turn gay.
I don't think there's anything wrong with either or.
So how do you explain Tim Cook of Apple?
Well, they can sometimes be gay, but also own a company.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Maybe we should all convert to homosexuality.
Shout outs to the queers, love it.
What the fuck are
Like
you talking about?
some could argue that like my trauma turned me into a cunt, right? For some, you know, their trauma turns them into a cunt. Look at me, right? I'm a cunt. For Nani, it turned her into a whore, right? Her trauma turned her into a whore. Brad's trauma turned him into a fucking Viking.
To the person you have children
into a fucking Viking, right? And then
should you be going to a PTA meeting or something?
A fucking gay.
Go keep your kids from experiencing trauma. Go volunteers.
Don't underestimate.
I never hear your kids in the background. Where are your kids at? Foster care or something?
Don't underestimate the intelligence of predators to choose prey. That's all I'm saying.
Well, Prophet, I would agree with you. I've been trained to do forensic interviewing of children who've been assaulted and then figuring out like therapy modalities and treatments and things like that. And it was really disgusting. We had to watch hours and hours of like videos of different perpetrators. There was like one guy who was like a pastor and he had assaulted like hundreds of kids. Like, and when you look at the data, it's like, what did you say, Lion? I'm sorry. I didn't hear you, Lion. Lion, I didn't hear you. What did you say?
He's in the Matrix and shit sometimes.
Yeah, he's in the Matrix and this app is like really weird today, and has been for the last couple days.
BB said every day you're an expert in every field.
I'm only an expert in that field. I'm only an expert in that field, honestly.
And what, child psychology? So you would agree that as a child watching the destruction in front of them, for the most part, they're not going to come out.
I know you heard that.
There's such an expert.
I know you heard me say I'm going to go after King.
I didn't hear you say that.
Okay, well, I'm saying it again.
I hear you now. I hear you now.
I'm going after King.
All right, go ahead.
All right, let King finish.
No, I was done.
She was done.
No, she was saying that she had to watch a lot of hours of videos.
Yes. Hours, and I just wanted to corroborate the fact that Prophet, like we have words for it, right? When groomers, we have people who pay attention, who look for kids who are unattended or, people with busy schedules and things like that. But if we're saying that 1 in 3 girls and 1 in 4 boys have experienced some type of assault, right? And most of the assault happens by men. And we also know that some of the highest rates of assault occur in prison from men to other men. Like,
you're about to turn this into a gender war.
No, I'm not trying to turn it into a gender war. Oh my God, just let her finish. Let me finish my statement so that I can say, if we're insinuating that someone would become gay because of the person who's assaulted them, and 80 to 95% of the perpetrators are men, then why are you not seeing more gay people? Like, I just think that the data does not match whatever. But what I will agree with you, and I will agree with even Anarcho in that chat, is that people experience assault, and that assault can change whatever direction they are. But to make the insinuation that the rate of homosexuality should be matching up to the rate of assault, and then you would see more gay people. It's not a thing. It happens once in a while where people are like, yeah, I got assaulted by a man and now I don't like men, or I got assaulted by a man, but it doesn't happen where it's like, I got assaulted by a man, now I'm gay.
Yeah, it doesn't work like
that.
Oh shit, my bad.
Now let's say, so he's still there. Alright, so King, all I wanted to say was I have a movie recommendation. I don't know if you've seen it before. It's about a guy who his jobs out predators, and at one point he has to go undercover and be a predator. To pretend to be a predator to get close to predators. And there's just one point in the movie where he's watching because he has to appear at the the stuff that the guy got to come from. And you can see him. He has to watch his video. He's watching the videos, kids getting hurt. And you can see him watching them with tears just crawling down to such a deep flow.
What was the name of the movie, though?
I'm driving right now.
Oh, okay.
I'll send
You guys are some sick shit.
Okay, shout out. I have to wait. Congratulations to my cousin who just got engaged. She's the first gay person in our family. And it's not even an issue because my family's like, whatever, we don't fucking care. And so congratulations to her. And that's gonna be so great. So this whole part, it's just, like, honestly, it's so cute. So they've been together for 4 years. They've been together for 4 years already.
Yeah, that ain't.
It's really cute.
Ryan, the fact that you gang banging on Marriage Day at 9 a.m. is insane.
Right. She has 2 kids, and it's really cute. But anyway, so it's like my family members in Hawaii, there's like 50 of them. And so where are they going to get married? They're going to get married in Hawaii. So anyway.
Lion, no one can hear your depressed ass talking, bro.
Also, just to lighten the maybe load. I don't know if you guys want to lighten, but I just want to talk about my trauma for a second.
No, this is not the room for that. Carla,
no, this is listen. Trust me.
No. People are demons.
Okay.
Don't do it. They are demons.
I said lighten. Okay. So when I was 10 years old, I used to live across the street from this bottling company, and it was magical because the truck drivers, they would take the sodas and they would just, toss them to the neighborhood kids. And so it was me and a bunch of Mexican kids, and it was all Latinos. It was all Latinos, and it was me. And so they're tossing us these sodas off the truck, and it's like this magical moment, because it's the 90s, and we're like, oh man, it's a soda pop, whatever. So I lived there for quite a few years, and it was always like that. So one day, I'm drinking my soda that I just got from the guy off the truck, because we didn't drink sodas in my house. And it tasted fucking weird. And I was like, there's something wrong with this soda. And so I pour out a little bit of it, and there's hair on the top. And then I'm like, what the fuck is that? And so I pour out more. And I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you at all. I see the curled tail at the bottom of the can. There is a fucking rat in the can. And that's what happened. And then from that point on, I stopped drinking sodas.
Are you dead ass?
And having anything out of cans for the rest of my life.
Oh God, they didn't tell you gay.
So, it did turn me gay.
Can I share my thing that my trauma, right? Wait, I want to share my trauma. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me, right? So let me make something clear, right? Because for some reason it's like I don't understand what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm gonna make something clear again, and I'm gonna make something clear again, right? Just because I said that some gays end up being gay because of their trauma isn't to say that everybody's gonna turn gay because of trauma, right? Some people respond to trauma by fucking the same sex as them. How am I arguing that because everybody, there should be way more gays? No, there shouldn't, because everybody responds to trauma differently, correct? Some people respond by turning gay or lesbian or transgendered. This is a fact.
I did that shit.
Right. It would be a lie if I said I never drank another soda out of a soda can, because I did, but it was later, and I don't buy sodas ever.
Lion, you're in the Matrix, so I don't know if you want to jump out and jump back in.
I'm back in.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I pray that every pussy you ever eat tastes bitter. You hear me, Pockets? You hear me?
Man, come on, you got day.
Pockets. Hi, I just want to go really quickly and let Prophet know that, like, once I was watching Star Wars with my cousins, and there was this, like, really gross scene, and I was eating, like, fish sticks or whatever. And now I'm traumatized by that experience, Prophet, because I correlate, like, fish sticks with that episode of Star Wars, and I experienced trauma from that. Like, every time I see it,
Well, she don't like fish sticks.
Wait, I pray. Oh, period. I'm like, no. I am a cis-het woman, but I would love to being queer is good. Being queer is healthy. They're much more normal than heterosexual. Heterosexual people are crazy. They be traumatizing their kids. They're violent. No thanks.
I know where, so there's a gay couple that just got
Gay
caught.
people fucking fuck their kids.
Literally,
gay people fuck their kids. Gay people adopt kids who fuck. What are you talking about? Let's not go there.
But you can also say straight people on that. So I don't understand.
Yeah,
There's
when gays make up like 0.1% of the fucking population, but they're responsible for like 25% of all sex child crimes.
That's not true.
Yeah. I would argue there's a problem there.
That's not a true statistic.
It's
Mostly straight men.
How many priests?
It's
How
mostly
many
straight
priests? Are they in the
mostly straight men who are assaulting.
I think so. Let me ask King this, because
1% of the population is responsible for a quarter of child sex crimes. What's the that tell you?
That's not a true stat.
It's not true at all.
That's not a true stat at all.
So you're
No, that's not true at all. Can I say something? Can I say something, y'all? I think we gotta remember, that a child that's a boy. What is he? Damn. Hold on. Hold on. If I can say something, the straight guys because they're married. Damn, Shy. Can I say something? Because it's not. I don't think. No. I like you. Sorry. Yeah. No, I love you. When it comes to adults fucking children, I don't even think their sexuality matters, because we gotta remember how great fathers considered straight are fucking with their daughters. So we got remember that. I don't think
that still would not make them gay.
Yo, I can't wait to interrupt every time you speak, Lion. Don't play with me. Just fuck you all.
It's about power.
Just fuck you all,
It's not about sexuality, it's about power.
Yeah, control. This what I wanted to say for y'all got off the subject.
Wait. Why can't Pockets finish her shit before you guys take over? Like, let her
I would like it. I want to speak behind Pocket.
Yeah, because I was just gonna say, I don't think when people mess with children that their sexuality even matters. Pedophilia to me doesn't mean you're gay or straight. Even if you want to fuck a young boy, that doesn't make you gay. It just makes you a pedophile. That's not what
the stats say. The stats say if an older man molests a younger girl, the girl will not turn gay. Or if an older woman molests a younger boy, the boy will not turn gay. But if an older man molests a younger boy, that yes, there's like a 75% probability that he's gonna molest another boy or same sex. That's the issue with it.
It's like a disease. It's like an infectious disease or a contagious disease that's get passed down for generations. People have been there. Books written about this.
So
your first sexual encounter is what, and a lot of times it's that what molds you to be more.
I'm trying to do a reverse where trauma can be a good thing, right? If y'all have touched that level, way different than I did when I was younger. Because I went through so many traumas as a young man, and for those who can understand what I'm going to say and don't try to dissect and stuff. My trauma came from being institutionalized, put in an institution, and that came from a young child. And it can open you up to get into the programs that the system had for you, and that can lead, as they can say, a gateway or open door for other institutions, because you're already labeled in the prison system. I've seen so many traumaful things within that prison system that I'm able to take that trauma and really correct myself as a young man or error. And I'm also able to take that trauma and share with the young men and young women in my family so they don't have to experience that same level of trauma. A lot of you only can understand the system from an outside position as if you've never been in the system as far as prison. You don't know what goes on in their day to day. I know a lot of people have, because I've been in the group a while, I know people that's never been have their own opinion from whatever they've been told or television or even by relatives. But until you experience that day-to-day situation and can see the daily traumas, it's a never-ending traumaful, situation. When you can see traumatic. Well, thank you for correcting me. But when you can see these instances take place in front of you, people getting killed, people killing themselves, people getting hurt, people getting raped, people getting really damaged psychologically, where you can see the psychological trauma. Just real quick before I land, I stayed in the cell for 7 years in solitary confinement. I've seen individuals come in that situation in 30 days and lose their mind. They let the walls, the trapped in the walls get to them. They didn't know how to bid their time. I've seen individual that was right across from me stay in that room for 2 weeks and would get up every day and just yell, "Let me out, let me out, let me out." And to the point where they didn't let him out because he had some offenses there, and then he killed himself. And I'm gonna tell you why I feel somewhat responsible. It was razor day. I had an extra one, and he said, "Yo, Seven Son, let me get your razor. Mine ain't good."
Why do these stories go on for 5 fucking hours? It's just like concrete stuff.
He's closing it.
Dude's about to get stabbed, Brad. Hold on.
I don't know why I got to be disrespecting to any other body that talks just as long as I do. But anyway, but I know what that is. Excuse me, I know what that is, and I know why you the one that's doing it. But then before I go down that rabbit hole, anyway, the young man asked me for the razor, and I let him use it. And about 5 to 10 minutes later, he comes to the arm. I didn't know that vein in your arm was that big, but he cut his wrist and his right where your elbow is at, and that vein popped out, and it was spewing waterfall, blood everywhere, and that's traumaful, or that's traumatic to anybody to see that. When you look across from you and somebody's hanging from a sheet.
You're very intimate with these things too, so you also have to hear the fact that you can leave out some people.
Yeah, you can leave out.
Yeah, you don't have to give out the intense details.
Yeah, we don't need to know how you lube yourself up in the shower or anything. I'm razored.
Wait, hold on. Y'all never heard?
Keep going, Seven.
Y'all never heard?
Yeah, this is hella weird to just step on him like that. Let him
Y'all never
finish.
heard 7th Street? Y'all never heard 7th Street?
I appreciate the intimacy of the story. It's a little rough here, but I think we should give him a chance to finish. But some of us, it's too much details for some of us, Seven. So maybe try to pull it back a bit.
Seven, tell the story what you want to tell it, fam.
Well, the thing about it is, the reason why, if you can say I'm intimate with it or I'm giving detail, is because I'm showing you the level of the trauma, and how that could traumatize an individual. And with me seeing it constantly, this is not something I've seen one time. I've seen these things over and over within a 13-year period. And so now, and so in 2003, I came home. I've never said foot back in the prison system since.
And that's a blessing. That's a blessing.
Yeah, it is.
Can I admit to something real quick? I think the troll went a little too far.
I told you she was fucking troll.
Now you want to say it went too far?
I think it went a little
After
too
you
far.
started a 3-hour conversation.
I think it went a little. I can admit that. All right, it went a little too far.
So back to listen. There was a rat. There was a rat in my soda can.
That's what Nancy. Did you sue? Did you sue though? Because your family sued.
No, I was so awkward, and I was afraid of being because I was 10 years old, and so I literally just put it straight into the trash can. I didn't tell anyone until I was an adult.
I don't believe this.
Man, you could have been a millionaire.
I don't believe this story. Like,
no.
How
I know, and a lot of
rat get into a soda can. How?
That's easy.
Before there were confirmed cases of rats in soda cans. It was rare, but there were confirmed cases back in the 90s.
They get into
it's back in the 90s. So different. Yeah, because like the top of the can goes on at the end after the soda. So that's the opportunity.
There was a live spider, like a live one, like it was alive. In my romaine lettuce. Yeah. Came in a clear package.
So y'all know that when you work in a plant.
There was a spider in it. Yeah.
So if you work in a plant at Coca-Cola, like I did at one time, you get to see the process. And those places do have insects and rodents and shit like that. And sometimes they have the big, if you ever go into a plant where drinks and stuff are made, they have I'm gonna say the wrong name, but they're big aluminum containers, cycle containers, and they do the processing. And insects and rodents can actually get inside these things. So I can see how, because they get flushed, and when they get flushed, that's when all the liquid goes through a certain tube and blah, blah, blah. Then they start spraying down into the soda can. Now, what will be hard for me to even, conceive about that is because some of these tubes are like nipples, and they go inside the top of the can and they spray the liquid in the can. But, during the time that the process of it, I can see how rodents can get into them bins. That's easy.
Yeah. Well, where was safety and compliance at, though?
Yeah, man, that's what I'm curious about.
Safety and compliance even today is difficult. Like I did some consulting for a baby formula, manufacturing and so on. And even there's only compliance every 24 hours. They try to look at every baby formula container, but they can't test every single baby.
Remember those kids that died from that contamination?
I know, that's exactly why.
Last year? That was so sad.
Yeah,
they didn't give your baby formula and the baby didn't.
Yeah, we tried to design a sensor that could go on the inside of the container and then you could scan from the outside very quickly at the rate at which they produce it to see if you can catch listeria and other things and other pathogens. And so, that might be a thing you see soon in baby food. There'll be something that looks...
Wait, I have a question. Can parents make their own baby formula? Or
Ain't that what titties are for? What are we...
Well, some people can't,
just want to
do
say
that.
lactate and shit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wonder if you can make your own at-home formula.
Yeah, the best bet in most situations is usually to contact a hospital and they'll give you a special formulation of genetically engineered from pigs and things, because you need the peptides and other things for the child. And most people, if they make their custom formula, it's not likely that they're going to put in all the peptides that are necessary that are united by the mother.
And as far as back to the room, mostly you won't get a big rat, though you get mice, because mice can squeeze through anything. If you ever really look at them, because they don't have a backbone, like a regular rodent, and they know how to. If you ever just study National Geographic and look at little marsupials and rats, they can squeeze through anything, and so that's crazy.
Can we talk about how great it is to be gay? I think being gay is great.
Wow, no,
how great it is to be gay all day, all day, all day.
Okay.
Miss Lopez.
Y'all got a fun topic.
trauma. Fucking elevate the love.
I wonder who started it.
Why don't you guys tell ghost stories?
About my trauma is
Wait, do you guys believe in ghosts?
I know something y'all can talk about.
Remember Colorado, the peanut butter and the meat company that had got shut down because there were rats that had gotten into it. One was in South Carolina, the other was in Colorado. They shut the whole thing down. Does anybody remember that?
No.
I'm out here. I'm from South Carolina. And I live in Colorado now. I've never heard it, but
They made it into butter.
wow.
Yeah, that's disgusting. But yeah, they
I'm gonna go fast for the rest of the day. Thank you very much for ruining
One
my
thing about it though, y'all, is
Traumatized.
when it comes to processed foods or foods being this, me and my wife, we love food like everybody else. And I'm noticing a change, and I'm noticing a different in taste and different foods. Me and my wife are foodies. I'm a chef, and I run a food group club on Facebook. My wife is a foodie, and so we go out and eat at every restaurant we can, and we, eat at home. And I've been telling people, due to the change in our politics and the change in a lot that deal with politics in our lives and stuff like that. Grow your own food, become your own agriculture. Learn how to cultivate your own animals, like fish, chicken, and stuff like that. Because in a minute, we've seen how a lot of these food industries are being, like Lion just said, shut down or fined because of different poisons, different elements that they're putting in the food.
How are you going to cultivate fish?
You said what,
So let me show you.
How are you going to cultivate,
Listen, Mikey, he wasn't thinking about.
I hate when people come up here and say the dumbest shit. No, you
don't say that's it, bro. I feel like you've been saying Brad, if you're gonna talk, offer some substance, man.
Just shut the fuck out. I'll get to you in a moment, bitch boy. I hate when people come up and then ramble on for 40 fucking minutes and say
fucking feelings, bring some substance, bring a topic.
Cultivate fucking fish or something else. And I'm like, wait a minute, cultivate fish? Do you know what that means? Like, you're gonna put a fucking basket in the ocean, you're gonna harness fucking salmon patties out of it? Like, no, you're not gonna grow them. You can't plant them in the ground and grow fucking, swordfish out of the fucking corn stalks, dipshit. Like,
all right, so let me do this for him, y'all.
Just stop talking.
Yeah, you spoke. Whatever, Viking.
There is a
You do it all the time, man. Shut the fuck up.
Hold on. This because I'm educated on that. So because me and my wife, no, I don't need you to. You just spoke and I was quiet, right? Here for 4 years. Y'all see the unfairness? Y'all see the unfairness? But let me do this, Io.
No, you can't do anything. Just shut up.
No. Just you. Why? I'm asking why.
And no one wants to hear from you.
Why are you the only one?
You're the
only one.
You're the guy that has a lot
Excuse me. Why are you the only one?
Question. So that was a question. You fish farm. You mean fish farming? Like you like a pond? You fish farm? You cultivate tilapia? Do you catfish? Carp?
Yeah, people do shit like that. It's not crazy to say you could cultivate.
Okay, so this is what I'm answering with, right? When I say
very briefly, please, very briefly.
Okay, when I say cultivate fish, when I say cultivate fish, it is something that I'm looking forward into, and I've been studying for a while. So it says, yes, you can cultivate fish, practice known as aquaculture or fishing farming, by raising them in a controlled environment like ponds, cages, or tanks, or food or other purposes. So when I say cultivate fish, if you build your own pond, and if you study this like I have, I've been trying to find out how to cultivate fish because it's a food that I like.
Let me get in there real quick before you tell your whole life story.
Let me tell my whole life story.
You said speech. Then fuck whoever's saying shit.
I was
Why
trying
you
to
talking
change
for 30 minutes?
Wait, I was trying to change the subject because y'all were talking about a bunch of bullshit. So I went to
So you think about you're the arbiter of what people can fucking talk about.
Just get
because somebody
somebody said find a topic. No, somebody said find a topic.
The more you interrupt him, the more you're gonna talk.
You didn't hear when they said find a topic? So I wanted to talk about something a little bit more educational that people can walk away from and learn something.
All you are is just a fucking hood rat that's living off of this.
Yeah, okay. No problem.
Fucking life.
That's your problem.
Everybody on here.
No, that's your problem.
How many people are in the room? How many people want to say shit? How long have you
No, it wasn't that. I was trying to.
You just
No, you know what? Fuck what I was trying to do.
Thank you. That's
Y'all
what I
go
just
ahead,
said.
whatever the
That's what I just said.
Shut the fuck up. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Y'all got. I'm interested in the fish conversation.
Me too, but he just talks for so fucking long.
Let him get it off. We asked him to finish. You should.
So here's my experience from my research on the fish shit. Right, I know lines on his period and shit, but like I'm pointing out, right? So like, Brad, you are in. It would be. I think that you misstep when you say like it's crazy to cultivate fish. I was looking at it like cultivating fish in some cases can be easier than like if you're gonna have animals on your farm. That's easier than having like cows.
What I was saying is like, motherfucker lives in the fucking city and in an urban area. You're not cultivating shit.
And I got 25 acres of land in the country.
And that fucking well.
And I own land in the country. I'm from South Carolina. I own land in the country. I'm from South Carolina. I own the ass of land in the country. And I'm from South Carolina.
And I own multiple properties in Los Angeles. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. But yeah, Brad, like in this case.
Thank you.
Yeah, like in this case, Brad was obvious.
Brad was wrong because he's not educated on shit like that.
You talk way too
Can I say something about the bioaquatics?
I think Lion wanted to speak. One mic on Lion.
All I wanted to do is
I
wanted to hear what he has to say, and I want the rest to shut the fuck up.
What if we don't want the same shit that you want? Yeah, like just go suck his dick somewhere else.
Why you talking, son? Have you ever thought about doing herbs? Because my friend has one of those aquatic things, and he sells. He gets mint, right? He cultivates mint, and this nigga is making hand over foot. So I was like, do people really want, fish farm? Like, I don't like to eat my fish from a farm. But like, he sells it lying to like Whole Foods.
Like fish.
Why are we there? Why are you mad?
Why are we there?
Just be quiet and listen. Like, this person talks about.
All right, so when all y'all done, I want to see y'all fish farm. God damn it.
Hey, Coquito, stop ruining the conversation. What is happening right now? Stop ruining the conversation. Not speaking. Let it go. Let God.
I was just saying that maybe you should do. Yeah, the mint he's selling to like Whole Foods, whatever. He's just selling the stuff. I can send it to you, Lion, as long as you don't dox me.
Because I actually own it. Well, Miss King, the thing about it is this right here. My whole conversation was about being self-sufficient, right? The food industry is poisoning us and it's keeping us in hospitals and unhealthy. So I deal with holistic health. Me and my wife, we went and bought a lot of seeds, different seeds, because I'm going to do
cultivating fish. You're a chef.
Hey, Brad, don't interrupt. Redwood, where you at? Where you at?
Hey, Coquito, I need your help, bro. You're ruining it too. Mute up, Brad. Let him speak, Brad, please.
He was just going to go on for an hour and a half.
I know. We're going to give him another minute, and we good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't need that long. Like I was just saying, my conversation was about being self-sufficient, and from gardening to cultivating your own food is very important in these days and times. And if you heard my conversation, these are things that I'm studying and that I am doing in the process. Like next year, I'm gonna do my greenhouse, and I'm gonna do we have 2 homes and a lot of property. So I'm gonna do a garden on one. I'm gonna do with the greenhouse, and I'm gonna do a box garden here at our, property. We can go out and grab whatever we need to grab when we're cooking. So all I was just sharing everybody is that if you're even in the city or the rural areas or whatnot, you can start cultivating your own food, whether it's fish, whether it's chickens or whatnot. You can breed chickens and, get your eggs and stuff, because the food industry is changing. And if you're playing a attention to politics. That is the reason why. And that's all my conversation was about. But y'all go ahead.
Always on that little self-sustaining shit too.
Breathe while speaking, but yeah.
Yo, seven, follow me, bro. I'm actually into that as well. I'm back here, so.
So am I. I'm actually doing it. We've been doing it about 7 years straight. We have the greenhouse.
I've been doing it for like a year, so I'm still new to it actually. So.
We have the greenhouse, we have the inside greenhouse, and we growing all kind of food. Right?
There's a new level of way of doing. Like I don't know the name of it because I just seen it not long ago. But these are the white like plastic container bottle things, and you can grow your food in that. But you have to have a irrigation system running through it for it to get properly fed. And I've learned a lot of like I go on TV sometimes to order my stuff, and I learned that you can make your own. Shit, why did the word just left my head? Where you're changing the fruits and vegetables compost. And they have compost machines that you can have at home. You know, you just have to turn them every now and then. So learning about compost, learning about how to plant your food and what helps your food become more healthier is very important for us as people, you know, here. Because like I said, the food industry, now they're serving watermelon store that's not seeded. That's not very healthy for you. You're going to get the taste of a watermelon.
Oh yeah, those seedless ones are dangerous. Yeah.
You're not going to get the health benefits, right? And so my conversation
because they ain't got no seeds in them, duh.
Neither do bananas, but none of you complain about those.
Bananas got seeds, they're just tiny.
And you know what, Jimmy? I hate those bananas with the seeds in it. It just grosses me out. But yeah, they're supposed to have.
Wait, bananas with seeds? Really?
Bananas used to have seeds bananas used to have seeds until we sort of bred those ones with the seeds out to get them smaller and smaller.
There's nothing wrong with seedless watermelons.
No, but you know what is?
That's what I was about to say. Like, you can't say something's unhealthy because it doesn't have a seed.
Oh my God.
That's not through crossbreeding.
White ones, it ain't that good. Watermelon needs to have black seeds in it. If it has the white ones, it's not as good.
It's my preference.
There's a company that you can.
I thought it's true. The black ones, the black seeds.
I meant like, anything I have, I'm eating, I'm consuming because we mention a lot of seeds in Nigeria, so especially in the north as well, because fish farming, cultivating is a huge practice there. So even if it doesn't have seeds, it's people, even consumers look at you like, where did you get this? And they question you as well. Yeah, you can talk about small bananas grown different colors and stuff, and different seed. I'm not a seed expert, but from what farmers have told me, if it doesn't have seeds, bruh, you gotta look twice. But again, I'm gonna say it's terrible, but
that's obviously why they have such a big industry from GMOs, because they can't compete. Because that's the reality. Like, there's nothing actually wrong with GMOs. It depends on the nature of the GMOs, just to clarify. Also, all of you people who have a problem with GMOs, I want you to stop eating orange carrots today. You know that carrots aren't supposed to be orange?
Yeah. So
I
like my carrots purple.
You need to give up
I like my potatoes purple.
Give up cows because you genetically modify.
No, fuck them cows. I don't like cows.
You just set your collapse free. Just release your pets.
I mean, once you get into the level of studying plants and
not the kitties,
stuff like
that. What are you stirring?
We're going to hear more about Seven Sons.
Listen, hold on. I just gotta say something. So, with inflation and complete turmoil in the farming industry right now, with all of these ICE rates and everything, we should expect that food quality is going to go down. Period. All across the board. That means every single thing, food quality is going to go down. So that means also they're going to be using more fillers. They're going to be using more ingredients to maximize what they can kind of get from whatever food that they're processing. So that's just kind of like just basic. Right. And it is something to be wary of because right now there actually might be a food crisis coming up. So it is something that's really important
How much of
to be
you think that is immigrants
aware of
your seasons.
Yeah, that's leftist media.
So that's just a thing for you to just be aware of. The more inflation, the more turmoil that's going on, the more you have to be looking out for the foods that you normally buy, changing their ingredients list and adding more fillers.
You know what I did, Miss Prophet? I went into a place online because I wanted to find out, give me a chicken coop, right? And they got some real nice ones. And it's because if you notice, the price of eggs have went up. And so I'm like, damn, you want to use eggs? I can't pay that much all the time for some eggs. I mean, right now I'm good, but like I said, these things are going to go up. Just piggybacking off what you said. And so, sharing about learning. If you don't know, excuse me, am I your problem? I think I need to do that.
Don't shut up.
Okay, so
Can you pull back, Brad, please? Other people.
No consistency, man.
The sooner he finishes,
don't make me call. I will drop that.
Not really helping. You realize that?
I was just talking about the moms.
You know what? I'm gonna let y'all talk about this subject, but you know what,
let me get in there, man, because I've been waiting to say some shit.
Having chickens for eggs is not a cost-saving measure. You're never going to be able to outpace factory farming.
Well, I'm not trying to outpace. I'm trying to take care of me and mine. So
yeah, you didn't understand my statement. It's okay.
That's fine. I'm just sharing what I was just sharing.
He's got it all
on the topic change. All I was just sharing is that learning how to produce your own food in these times is going to be very important for you. If you're very.
You are so long-winded. Be quiet, please.
But
did you send me the information?
Yes, I actually stand corrected. He also does tilapia line. I sent it to your back channels. I sent you his page. Don't be fucking with my friend though, or I'm be professional, okay?
Now he's going again. This is what the fuck I'm saying. He's about to talk.
If you want to talk to Lion, calm down.
I barely said shit.
No, Seven, don't let these little children bully you into not talking about something. Orion can't even build a family. So don't get Go get married and have a farm before you talk about him, Orion. You're all long-winded sometimes. The road's not ending anytime soon. The mods are not complaining. So why are we...
Because
I don't give a fuck what the mods are doing.
Go say something.
Was complaining.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Go ahead,
I'd rather listen to
Go ahead, Orion.
You need to want to talk about the conversation.
I have experience.
Okay, so what's your topic?
You don't even have to change the topic. You can just stop talking.
Oh,
so
you don't like
if
it?
We're on the same topic.
Interesting.
Right, because I haven't really said shit today. So all that I'm pointing out, right? It's as we're talking about this shit, when I was trying to think about, okay, how can I get into sustainability? Because I was looking composting and farming and shit. I think the best way that you can do that is looking into aquaponics. Because you can set it up in such a way that you farm fish and you can cultivate fish.
That's what he was talking about.
That's okay. Why the fuck is that's what? So I'm still talking. So shut the fuck up, right? So why are you so? But you mentioned what I'm about to say.
Right. Something I already said.
So
for what it feels like to
when you do aquaponics, the interesting aspect that I didn't really hear from him was how you can actually cultivate the fish in such a way that that the runoff from the waste that they produce goes into the compost. So you create a system. So you create he didn't say that. No, he didn't.
Yeah, that's what I.
So that's what I'm saying.
That's what he was talking about.
But he took 15 years to say it. I just said it in 30 seconds. It's
you repeated yourself, so you want to take that? Years.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because I'm doing what you do, Brad. I'm gonna be like you. I'm gonna be like you, Brad, today. You gotta teach me how to cuss people out. How do I like call somebody.
It's like he fucking takes very weird. Like, why would he be like giving a whole fucking speech?
Yo, son,
30 minutes.
I want to apologize to you, bro. It isn't like it used to be back in the day when we could have conversations. We've got a lot of these like debate bros like Ryan who only want to come and argue with niggas. Doesn't matter what we're talking about. Like niggas like Orion love to just debate and just like pick apart like small points and not like see what like people try to point.
And he's a racist.
The fact that do you see how you're scared to let me answer? That's some debate bro shit.
Okay, but you're not answering the question because you know bullshit.
Do you want me to answer the question?
Huey's by the way.
It's what you did as a question.
Hold on. Do you want me to answer? I'll answer the question. Just mute up.
How was I debating with Seven Son? How?
Okay, just mute up and I'll answer your question. You see, Seven Son had already talked about aquaponics and he was talking about how you could use the runoff from the fish to actually mix with the compost. And he was trying to get to that particular point. And you were one of the. I want me to answer your question.
You're not answering it. It's fine.
Why are you so scared? Why are you scared of it's just words, bro? It's just words.
You're not answering the question.
Then why don't you
said I'm debating? How am I debating?
Yes, you are. You are because this is the getting involved in the thick of things. Like you couldn't even let Seven Son. Oh, it takes so forever to get to the particular. Do you see how you're getting scared? What's wrong?
I'm asking you what was the point of contention.
I'm answering the previous question though.
I'm asking you. Said I'm debating him. What was the point of contention?
I'm trying to explain to you. Like if you just shut up and you'd actually hear.
So
it
wasn't a debate. You triggered because you lost the debate to me last time. And everybody knows you. Like you just keep going. So you obviously have a problem.
What debate did I lose to you? Well, I'm sorry. What debate did I lose to you?
I want to go back to
now it's gonna stay muted.
So like it was the global warming thing when we were talking about global warming. And then
okay, and what was my position?
So you were saying, and the point of contention was you were saying it's reasonable to be skeptical regarding the legitimacy of anthropomorphic climate change. That was the point of contention.
And then what was your refutation?
My refutation, right? So I'm appealing to more of like, I think that it depends on how we define it.
Wait, I'm sorry. If it wasn't a refutation, how did you win the debate?
You ran away. Like you literally ran away.
Wait, you didn't provide a refutation.
You ran
away. Said you didn't provide a refutation, so therefore you couldn't have won.
You ran away and bot abused, and everybody.
Okay, what was your refutation? Wait. Orion, what was your refutation?
Yeah, so I was creating. I was offering a different framework through which we.
Just now you said it's not a refutation. How was it a debate if you didn't refute the point?
Well, you didn't let a debate happen because you mock abused.
I thought you said you
ran away.
I didn't let the debate happen. How did you win the debate?
Microphone and we can all hear.
Listen.
Is that me or him? You said.
That's you.
No, that's me. Because I want you to listen. I need you all.
You ran away. That's how it went.
You're not making sense. You said I didn't let it happen.
You ran away.
That means the debate didn't happen. How could you win something that didn't happen?
Everyone saw you lost, and you said you won by forfeit.
I love a topic about a topic.
So did you let it happen, Huey, and then you lost, and then you ran away, or
anytime
like
someone says let it happen,
apparently he can't. You see, when I asked him what was my position, he was able to re-articulate my position to me. He was able to do that in a framework.
Can I answer that?
Okay.
But you didn't allow me to do that, right? So I'm saying I think that it's unreasonable to disagree with the vast majority of experts from relevant fields. So like if the vast majority of experts from relevant fields are saying that anthropomorphic
You're just asserting that. Why? What's the argument?
Well, you're just asserting that words are real and that you can apprehend reality. Right? You're just asserting that, like, you can you know what I mean? So now you're
what I'm asserting is axiomatic. It's
that's why we don't have to do all that shit. We
don't have to. Wait, you don't know what axiom is?
I do.
You know what an axiom is? Okay, what is an axiom?
This is debate shit. Because I'm telling you, most scientists tell you climate change.
This is debate bullshit. You're not engaging in the debate. You're saying
you're running away right now. You want to talk about, you're trying to get down to some weird shit.
It's funny because I actually agree with what Huey's saying because there is a better way to formulate the argument, and the way you're saying it is the way that we used to sell it. Inconvenient truth. Oh my God, the world is flat.
I never said that.
Well,
When did I say that? When did I say that?
So that
No, he said it when he was saying it. He didn't say that you said it. You see, debate bro.
Okay. So like what Ayel thinks, what comes to your mind, Ayel, when I'm speaking is different from what. So if my point is, it's unreasonable to disagree with the vast majority of experts in relevant fields. I'm not saying the shit that you just said, Ayel.
Okay, so look, the vast majority of experts were like, yeah, we'll take the word of the climatologist, and yeah, maybe it is going to flood. But it turned out that it was cyclical, not hockey stick. So
That's not, I think you're addressing a different point.
And the person, and here's the point, the original scientist who made the hockey stick argument about the exponential growth, he actually corrected it and said, well, we don't know that. It turns out most things are sinusoidal, not exponentially growing without limits. So, and that's what we've since observed, some sort of cyclical nature. It is increasing slowly, monotonic increasing, but it's not hockey stick.
I can see that point, Ayel. So my question to you is, what evidence can you produce? Like why, we agree with most, it makes more sense to agree with most experts in relevant fields. Do you know what I mean when I say anthropomorphic climate change?
Yeah, human driven.
Okay, that's the point of contention. Climate change is the composition of the atmosphere is significantly impacted by human activity. That's all I'm saying, right? And it impacts the global temperature. Do you have any reason why we should not believe that? Or do you want to talk about axioms?
Just to be clear, I'm not saying that there's no good reason to not believe that. I'm just pointing out, though, that like people who are skeptical about this are right to be skeptical necessarily, and not just to necessarily go with like the consensus-driven narrative about like its actual impact and effects, because that's actually disputable, right? So nobody's disputing that like climate change is sort of like the influence it has.
But it's not driven by humans.
Yeah, so the impact, hold on. The impact and the degree to which it's influenced by human beings is actually where the